Game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
So what would you do? How much would you give up? That's the question. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, where you should be watching, where you should subscribe to the ESPN New York YouTube page and get involved in the show in the comments section. It is Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York at 800-919-3776. Good morning, Bartolomeo.
Good morning. We got a great game yesterday. It was exciting. You know, it was started. I wish the fourth quarter can always be the way that the first half goes. I mean, it was so boring, the first half, but man, they didn't disappoint, and the defense didn't disappoint. I saw a lot of things that the Jets and Giants should want. More or less the Jets, because we have 2 first-round picks. But it was an exciting game. Mendoza lived up to expectations. I think this one's for John moment, like when he got helicoptered against
Diving
Green
for
Bay.
the goal line,
Right.
Yeah.
For I mean, that's a signature moment. I'm sure that's going to be on the Sports Illustrated video.
If that was still a thing, yeah. Like, I think the video still is, but like that would have been the cover picture.
Right. That might be on sport. That might be on the top front of the magazine. Him stretching out. Mendoza levitates through the guy. Like, I'm so tired of seeing the pictures of his family. I don't know if we ever went to somebody's family more than that.
I saw a lot of them.
It's like, come on, man. Who did think his mother is? Taylor Swift?
Well, I know, but, it's been a good story with her with MS and all that stuff where they're fighting through all that. So, but you know how this is. They're always going to build up those stories along.
Only person that had more love than that was Sister Jean.
Oh, God. I'm going to be started on that fraud. And I'm Catholic.
But I tell you what, I'm just kidding about his mom, too. I hope, I know they're navigating through that stuff. But, he lived up to expectations. Oh, there you go right there, levitation. Why couldn't nobody knock the damn ball out? Because when you dive outside of the end zone, you got to survive the ground.
Yeah. I
would have knocked the living hell out of him when he stretched the ball out like that. That ball would have came out if he didn't survive the ground. You know what I mean? But it was a great game. The one thing I couldn't take, man, and I love him to death. I love my former teammate, Ed Reed. But him trying to console the receiver, and he got the Miami big hat on.
The giant Miami hat on.
I'm like, come on, Ed, man. Like, how the hell you expect me to take you seriously, man? Like, you sit there talking to this kid, man, you got a clown hat on, man.
It's funny. You know what I thought, too? Ray, right before Beck goes out on the field and he's having the words with God. Ray, like you knew that Ray was gonna be in there somehow. It's like the Giants in Super Bowl 42, Strahan all mic'd up and giving the big speech before they go out there. You knew it was all coming. He was gonna find the camera.
See, but at least Michael Strahan was not meditating. He's in the heat of the battle. You know what I'm saying? Gentlemen, we have 5 seconds to be what? Tiffy. Suck a task. You know what I'm saying? But look, Ray probably, I know what Ray told him. Ray said, I led my men in battle many of times, and I have been successful. Right now I want to thank God, 6 pounds, 13 ounce baby Jesus, a Latter-day Saints. Like, Ray, come on, quit making brother. Why you got to get in the shot?
It's Ray.
Like, the biggest time of the moment, nobody want to hear from you. You ain't on the staff. Let JT go over there and say it.
But you know what? I'll actually blame Beck, too, because he kind of went over there looking for it, too.
Ray.
Like, let's make this all about that. Like, come on.
Ray, pray for me.
Hey, bottom line is,
God's a user.
Aside from that, it's a ridiculous story and comeback over a 2-year period to have the worst team in college football, one of the worst teams in college football, become this in a 2-year spread. What Cignetti's done is unprecedented, and I can't imagine anybody's ever going to be able to do something like that again. And Bart, what he really did was make it an impossible job for all the guys who thought they might have had 2 or 3 years across the country. All of a sudden, now they're going to have 1 because there's going to be a lot of people writing checks saying, wait a second, they just did that? Why can't we do that?
I mean, they basically had an NFL Europe team. I mean, did you see the stat? 47 players on their team is like over 22 years old.
Yep.
Them grown-ass men.
Yep.
What, the receiver from Miami's 19?
He's 18. He was a true freshman.
He's 18 going against a dude 5 years older than him.
Yeah, but Carson Beck is basically in medical school, too. Let's not get nuts here. He's 25 years old.
That's what?
24. But listen.
That's why I don't believe in his ceiling, because his ceiling in his floor. We're seeing it right now.
He already hit it.
Right.
Yeah.
He's on his downward slope.
Listen, the first question I have coming out of the game, from our perspective, is how much would you give up? If there was any way that the Raiders were actually going to listen, what would you give up to move the one spot? How much is too much?
Man.
Because, listen, I know. Let me just finish, though. They have put themselves in this position, and they have called it draft capital themselves. It's not draft picks. It's draft capital. In other words, we have things that attract other people.
Capital is meant to be spent.
Exactamundo, Chachi. And so for me, if I'm going to go out there and talk about that as much as the Jets have talked about it and will talk about it in the coming weeks, what does it actually mean if I don't expect the Raiders to necessarily trade away the pick, but it's the Raiders. Like, the possibility of them doing something silly is not outlandish.
Well, one of the silly things I heard out there, I don't know how true it is.
Yeah.
Action Jackson. They may be considering giving up Action Jackson to give the Ravens the number 1 overall pick. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Whoa.
If you're the Raiders, you'd do that in a minute.
But if I'm the Ravens, I cannot have a 2-time MVP before he reaches 30 and I get nothing out of him. I got nothing to show for it. It's almost as sad as to Josh Allen. Josh Allen, all that talent, the MVP, nothing to show for it.
Here's what I'd say, though. I don't buy that they're going to trade him away.
Yeah, I don't think. Come on.
Because Harbaugh just lost the fight.
Right. If that's the case, you hold on to the great coach.
Exactly. You're holding on to the great player now, and then if that doesn't work, that's a couple of years away at least. I don't buy that the Ravens would trade away Lamar Jackson right now after they just fired Harbaugh. I don't see that.
Trade Lamar Jackson. Get the first overall pick. Still have your pick. And sign Malik Willis. Got y'all, dummies. Ha ha.
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing. But I tell you what, man. What would I give up?
How much is too much?
I give up a first this year and a second the first next year. I give you 2 1s because I'm only moving one spot. So
but you're moving one spot to get the one quarterback in the draft, theoretically.
But if you're willing to talk to me, that means that you got other options anyway. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're willing to talk to me and have that conversation, then you ain't looking for a quarterback anyway. So if I give you the number 2 pick, what can't you get that you want? And I'm giving you a first-round pick next year.
But the problem is they have what you want, and there's not another one to get at that level.
Well, but I have what you want too. And that's 2 1s to get you whatever you want.
See, the Jets, to me, they're in a very tough spot because if you're even entertaining knocking on that door, you've already put yourself in a vulnerable position when you have all this draft capital. You basically are telling the Raiders, you have the one player that we can't get, and we want that player, so what is the cost going to be? And if the cost is too much, it's too much. But right now, for me,
I told you what my price is, 2 1s.
Mine's higher. I'd go higher than that. So the Jets, just to refresh everybody's memory, okay? Jets have 2 first-round picks this year, 2 second-round picks this year, no third.
Correct.
All right? Next year, they have 3 first-round picks, 1 second, and a third. 28, 1, 1, and 1. Okay? So they have 6 first-round picks in the next 3 drafts right now.
No, you can't go 3. Glenn won't last that long.
Well, but let me finish. If you'll remember, about I would say about a month and a half, 2 months ago, kind of out of nowhere, Adam Schefter put out the story. I believe it was when the two teams were playing, when Miami and Cincinnati were getting together. Adam Schefter put out the story that before the 2021 draft or 2020 draft with Burrow, that the that the Dolphins actually tried to move up from 5 to 1 and had offered 4 first-round picks to move up from 5 to 1.
Who did that?
The Dolphins.
And
Cincinnati, who was sitting on Burrow, said no. We're taking Burrow.
Right.
So this is the point. How married to Fernando Mendoza are the Raiders at this point?
I think they see other paths. You know what I mean? They can go get Kyler Murray. They might not want to deal with that, but they're not paying a quarterback any money. I mean, Gino, they can eat that dead cat money in a heartbeat. Or they can just say, listen, we're going to take Mendoza. Or, like, if I'm the Jets, I just can't be suckered. Like, giving up 2 first-round draft picks is enough. I can't be no sucker. I'm not giving them no 3 first-round draft picks. This ain't Joe Burrow. This ain't Josh. I mean, Josh Allen wasn't even Josh Allen. I mean, who are some of the best prospects that came out that lived this? This ain't Justin Herbert. Like, this guy's in a perfect situation with grown-ass men. He didn't look so ultra-dominant against Miami.
No, he didn't. But he looked like a winning player. He looked like a guy who made all the winning plays that he needed. And I'm not just talking about the diving play.
The back shoulder 3 times. Why they didn't just put the guy over, put a safety over the top so you can jump that undercut
when
and
it mattered,
play the trail technique? I have no idea.
When it mattered the most, one guy delivered, the other guy wilted. That's what I saw. And
with that being said,
the guy who delivered was the guy that we universally assumed was going to be the first pick.
I mean, the difference is special teams. A missed field goal and a block punt for a touchdown. So you can say all you want to say. Beck didn't have nothing to do with spotting them a free 7 and then spotting them a missed field goal. I'm not – listen, I didn't see Joe Burrow. Hell, I didn't see – well, I'm not going to say it. I didn't see Matthew Stafford. I'm trying to think of all the great players that came out like that was number one.
Mm-hmm.
Like who's the number ones that came out of college? Let's compare them. Outside of Jamarcus Russell, because we knew that he didn't study.
There were plenty of them.
Right, he didn't study.
So let's go over it, okay?
Did you see Trevor Lawrence? Did you see Deshaun Watson? I don't see that.
Deshaun Watson wasn't number one.
But I know,
Deshaun Watson is.
I get it, but I see a guy on the team with great offensive line play because they old as hell. That's played a lot of time together.
I'll give you the guys. Just see Cam Ward. Different kind of player.
Hell no.
Caleb Williams.
Nope.
Bryce Young.
No, Bryce Young was him.
Okay. I mean, you're really shooting all these guys down. Trevor Lawrence.
No.
Joe Burrow.
No.
Kyler Murray.
Nah, Kyler's special, man. Special athlete. That's a different type of thing. Like, that Kyler's in his own, like, hybrid type of, like, athlete.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. I saw a winner. Baker Mayfield's a winner.
Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Jameis.
Nah, hell no. Jameis is special with that arm.
But he throws to the other team all the time.
Yeah, but I'm talking about coming out. Jameis was special.
Cam.
Hell no.
Sam Bradford.
Hell no. Sam Bradford was died by. He just unbreakable. He like Samuel L. Jackson, the Unbreakable, man. He sneezing, he pull a floating rib.
Stafford.
Hell no.
Alex Smith.
Yeah.
Eli.
Was Eli really the first?
He was the first overall pick, and they traded.
Or was Rivers the first?
No, Eli was the first.
Oh, okay.
Because they went ahead and picked him.
Yeah, okay. Nah, I didn't.
David Carr.
Yeah.
Vic.
Come on, man.
I don't have to go back much further.
Yeah. So
here's the point. You saw what was the best in your mind in Mendoza. What is the best of a bad lot?
Exactly.
Okay. So your price to move up is 2 ones, and that's it.
Yeah.
And the one has to be from next year.
Yeah, I saw Audie.
I saw a guy that might be 23, 24 years old. Might not be what Matthew Stafford is capable of being. Might not be what Trevor Lawrence is capable of being. I'm not going to get nuts on Caleb Williams yet. Talent, this is not a talent thing, okay?
Right. So it's a winning player.
A winning player that's a fit right now.
A franchise player.
Here's why I do.
Kirk Cousins.
I think he's a little better than that, but here's why I do if I'm the Jets. Stability. I need a mature guy. Remember a few years ago when the Giants hired Pat Shurmur and Dave Gettleman said, I need an adult in the room.
I do.
Right? Remember that? That's what this feels like to me. Not that he's Pat Shurmur, because that would not be good, but that if you draft Fernando Mendoza and you're the New York Jets, you are getting the adult in the room. You are getting a guy that's not going to be dumbass Zach Wilson. It's not going to be it's not going to be Sam, who was a little deer in the headlights at times, but if you had stuck with him, would have developed more.
Yeah, he's grounded.
Yes, and Sam, look where Sam is now. It just took time.
But Sam had way more talent.
Yeah, it may be so. I will not sit here and argue the talent of Mendoza versus these other guys, because I don't think that's fair to Mendoza. He doesn't have that talent. I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you otherwise. But what I know is he will come in and has the capability of being a franchise quarterback on a winning team. And that's what I would go for right now if I were the Jets.
I just want to see what his film looked like when he didn't have great coaching, great players around him, like a stout physical offensive line, a downhill physical running back, situational receivers.
Just to complete that picture, okay? This year at Indiana, 72%, 3,500 yards, 41 touchdowns, 6 picks, all right? Last year at Cal, 69% completion percentage.
Okay.
3,000 yards, so 500 less. 16-6. Year before that, he wasn't a full-time starter for the entire year, 14-10. So he has developed, but there's no question that the talent around him obviously played a big role this year.
And the coaching around him.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best coaches. So what I'm saying is, we've seen his floor, but to your point, his ceiling ain't too much higher than this.
This is pretty good.
Yeah, but is it good?
This is pretty good.
Is it pretty good in the NFL?
It's pretty good if I'm Aaron Glenn and I still want to build this team a certain way. And that is, I want to be a team that's going to run the football.
Want to make him Jared Goff.
Better than that. Like a better version than Jared Goff.
Jared Goff's pretty damn good.
He's okay.
He was the number one overall pick for a reason.
Yeah, he's decent. I don't think Jared Goff is great.
So Jared Goff in college would we say was considered better than Mendoza?
I would agree.
I feel like we heard about Jared Goff more than 1 year.
We did. About a year and a half. Jared Goff, I would think universally. Mendoza we didn't hear about before September. Nobody talked about him. Okay?
The quarterbacks that we talked about ain't even around no more.
He wasn't on the list for potential Heisman Trophy candidates at the beginning of the year.
He wasn't even on the list for first-round draft pick quarterbacks. He wasn't even in our quarterback discussion. We were in Clemson. We were at Penn State.
And all of those guys, do you think it had more to do with all of those guys stinking?
Yeah.
Because Drew Aller gets hurt, and Cade Klubnik was awful, and Lenora Sellers didn't have a great year. And who was the other guy? There's a couple others.
Ty Simpson?
Ty Simpson. He was okay. He's decent this year, but now he's in the draft. I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole.
I can't believe that man is coming out.
Yeah. But here's the point. Like, I think you can go further than you are suggesting. I would go personally 3 ones. I would give up my 2 ones this year,
Hell no.
and I would give up my one of my ones next year.
3 ones?
I would.
I would. Okay, listen. Why do the Jets have those 3 ones?
Because they traded away these players that were so valuable because they were stinking this season.
They traded away 2 all-pro players.
Yep.
And you're going to give up 3 ones. How you going to replace those players?
I know I got to replace those players, but this is the biggest need for my franchise for 50 years.
Listen.
And if I have a chance to get an adult, don't I have to at least do that?
How much better is he than Chambliss?
I think he is.
How much better?
I think Chambliss is just a different player.
I know, but they both took their teams. Chambliss almost took his team to the same place.
Mm-hmm. But if we're talking about guys who we didn't hear about before this season, dude was at Ferris State or whatever it was, and was the backup this year and got a late offer from Ole Miss. So he has emerged out of nowhere too.
And that's the type of story you like, though. I like a self-made man.
I don't think Mendoza's not self-made.
Right, he is. But I like a self-made man that's been doubted and been doubted his whole career and started in a place that was D2 and won at every level.
Mm-hmm.
And I can get that guy for a second-round draft pick? And still go get Arvell Reese? You're passing on potentially Michael Parsons. And last I checked, the Jets they couldn't stop the run. They need a big dude. They need a versatile dude. And Arvell Reese is a guy that showed that he can play middle linebacker, but he can go to the edge and be a rusher. Sounds like Michael Parsons to me. I know that the Giants thought that they had Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons told them they had Michael Parsons. He ain't even know Michael Parsons. You talk about maturity, a lack thereof. Maybe the players in Ohio State is a little bit more mature than the players in Penn State.
Listen, I love
Arvell Reese.
No, I agree. He's a terrific player.
So would you rather draft Mendoza? Mm-hmm. And by the way, can you get the number out?
800-919-3776.
Because this is a question as well. This is a question that's dedicated and I want to pose to our listeners. Would you rather have Mendoza or would you rather have Arvell Reese, Lemon, Chambliss? You tell me. You tell me which would you rather have? Because that's the case. Because, and I ain't even saying like, remember Luther Burton was a second-round draft pick.
Yep.
So I only named 3 because I'm saying maybe you take that 2 and move back in there and take Chambliss.
I know what you're saying.
But you may get Chambliss outright. And then that means you have another number 2.
Listen.
Man, that's 4 elite players. And we know somebody going to fall to 16 that we did not expect.
800-919-3776. And over on the YouTube page on ESPN New York, go there, subscribe, and watch the show. And leave your comments in the comments section because we will get them in on the show. It's all coming up. We are opening the lines right now at 800-919-3776. As Bart put it, would you rather have Mendoza or those 3-4 guys? Or how much is too much to move up one spot to get Mendoza when you haven't had a quarterback in 50 years? 800-919-3776. Bart and Carlin just getting started on ESPN New York.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com. That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay that fits the moment. Now, I am loving the Rams, so you can apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. 21 and over and physically present New York option required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters experience, combined with their award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Comments coming in on the ESPN New York chat over on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Guys not terribly excited by Mendoza. Chambliss is very intriguing according to JJ3242. Let's see here. What else we got? I think Mendoza is like Goff or Alex Smith. Good quarterback, but maybe not spectacular. That from Don R. And C-Money, be real. Yeah, Goff is meh. Trinidad Chambliss seems to rather go back to school than the NFL. What about that? Well, he needs to win a lawsuit, and he doesn't look like he's going to win that lawsuit, so it doesn't seem like he's going to have much of a choice.
Yeah, he's already been in there way too long, right? They already denied him.
It's the junior college rule. It's basically for guys who went to junior college, they're trying to restore their eligibility in the
saying that don't count.
FBS, right? Like it is somewhat arbitrary the way that the NCAA rules on whether or not these guys are eligible to play or not.
Well, these people,
some guys have 8 years of eligibility.
Right. I mean, I felt like it was a pope in college. Like, I'm like, I think his brother played for Florida State too. I'm like, man, hold up, man. How long? I started in college, left college. It was like, hold up, man. Is that the same dude?
Miami had a tight end last year.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was 8 years.
And he still sucked. He didn't even start.
And he was 27 years old.
Like, bro, man, why don't you drop down to D2 and go play?
Yeah. And then there's a quarterback named TJ Finley who has been to 7 schools. 7 schools.
Is he getting NIL money?
I assume so at some point, but like he's gone back and forth between lower level schools and higher level schools, and it's just never.
If you're not a lawyer or a doctor by that time, then I'm disappointed.
Exactly. You know, like Carson Beck the other day. What classes are you taking right now? I'm done with classes. I've been out of college for 2 years.
So he's just a regular. He don't want to wake up, go work out, go train. He don't got no classes.
He's a 7-year guy. 800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN. On the ESPN New York YouTube page, be watching the show. Go there and subscribe and hit the like button as well. We will be taking your calls on the following for the moment. Number 1, if you want Mendoza, how much is too much for the Jets to give up to move up one spot? Or number 2, would you rather have Mendoza or the list of 4 other players that Bart brought up that the Jets should be using their picks on? 800-919-3776. Let's start with Brian in Rockville Center first on ESPN New York. Brian, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
Good morning, fellas. I just have 2 quick points. Now that Indiana won a national championship out of nowhere, in a microcosm, you could have the conversation of comparing them to Belichick and Brady. And what I mean by that is we don't know if it's the coaching or the talent, right? So we don't know what Mendoza is going to be when he goes to college without Cignetti, because Cignetti seems to be that dude. I'm more on the page with Bart. We need to stack players. We need a football team. Say they do draft Mendoza, and Mendoza turns into a Joe Burrow. What's going on with Joe Burrow right now? He doesn't have a team around him. We need to build around for next year's draft, which is
hang on a second.
It's not
hang on a second here. On Joe Burrow, you had a guy who basically demanded that they pay both receivers, both Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. So that's part of the problem, is that you can't afford to do that when you're paying the quarterback and those 2 guys. Now, I am not excusing the Cincinnati Bengals in any way. There's a reason they were called the Bungles for the longest time.
I agree. But with the defense, I understand what demanding that. I'm talking on the field stuff. He has no defense around him, right, because they couldn't pay anybody. But if we get a foundation around this guy for next year's draft, and there is those dudes coming out of next year's draft, it's not the sexy thing to do. It's not fun. But I don't think trading away our future for a guy who's unproven with nothing around him right now is going to help us. I'm with what Bart said, get Mekhi Lemon. Arvell Reese seems to be a dude. I think it's not the fun thing to do. It's going to be another rough year. But unfortunately, I think that's what we do, because this time next year we don't have those picks. I think we're going to be kicking ourselves.
Brian, it doesn't have to be a rough year, because you also have plenty of draft capital. I mean, capital. Remember how bad the roster was for the Patriots? Like, and they just spent a bunch of money. The Jets got the ability to spend. Not only did they trade away players, and we forget Michael Carter and the whole thing of it, right? Michael Carter at one point was the highest paid nickel in football. So they also shedded massive contracts, and with nobody to extend. I'm not extending or giving Jermaine Johnson a contract. I'm not signing Will McDonald to an early big contract. You got 2 years on Will McDonald. You don't have to pay Fashanu or anybody else, bro. I'm about to live in it. I'm about to live in this, because I know Harbaugh. We're gonna hear from him later. Gonna try and go get Isaiah Likely. Nah, we'll take Isaiah Likely.
David Elizabeth is up on ESPN New York. What's up, Dave?
What up, fellas? Yo, how do I sound?
Can we apologize to you from yesterday, because I think
Bauer.
Bauer, yeah. He cut you early, man.
Yep.
That's disrespectful, man. Can't be doing that to our dog like that, you know what I'm saying? Cutting him all early. If anything, you cut late.
Yeah, right? Nah, I appreciate you guys, man. You guys are box office. I heard you guys yesterday. Thank you. I'm not going to lie, man. I'm having a bad day, but I do want to say this, because you guys cheer me up, and we family. I would probably go with Mendoza, to be honest. Like, I would probably try to find a way. I wouldn't give up everything for him. I wouldn't give up the house. But I would definitely try to go with him because he looks proven. He looks like he can come in and
what? All right,
be
define that.
comfortable.
Define that, though, D. Like, what is giving up the house?
Giving up the house would be like if they're going to be like, oh, let us get all the early capital now, like, some of the ones for this year. Like, okay, as far as trading places and then trying to get the second-round pick, which is the first-round pick for us, I would say no to that. I would do exactly like Bart said. I would trade the one place and then give up a future as far as next year, but not this year because we need as much talent as possible. So I wouldn't give up the house for him. Like I said, I would do that. And, try to build around them and see what's up. Like, I would definitely entertain that or at least try to see because, you never know. What if Brady says, yeah, like, oh, they're willing to do that. We'll get two good players for, this one quarterback because, more quarterbacks are going to be supposedly coming out next year. So that's what I would do.
But the thing is, no problem, Dave. Appreciate you checking in as always.
Feel better, bro.
Yeah, hang on. What I would say about that twofold. Number one, the reason that you would go and get him is because you believe, while he may not be a superstar, that he is a stabilizing force for your organization as your quarterback for the next 10 years. That's what you believe. Because I don't think anybody's going to try to argue that Mendoza is the most talented guy that we have seen in forever. He's not. He's good. He's very, very good. He developed very well this year with good coaches and with good talent around him. But I don't think that he is simply a game manager or a system quarterback. What I did see was a winning player, and those traits do matter to me. Like, they do matter to me in a big way.
Yeah. I mean, he showed winner traits, and I think Brady's going to see himself in him, project himself into him. You know what I mean? They were at the game yesterday, and they should have been. And, they wanted to see it live, and I'm sure they felt they left and felt like, man, he's a winner, right? And at the end of the day, that's what it is. But next year's you're going to have Dante Moore coming out. Next year you're going to have Arch coming out. Like, not saying that, hey, what I'm saying is I don't want to spend all my money until I absolutely have no choice, right? So I can say, hey, man, like, I'll take this guy, but next year, if that's the case, you can build this team and build a real team and be more attractive for the two guys coming out next year.
Okay, so they have went and taken those players before and tried to build that real team before, but they've never had the guy that was the centerpiece of it all, and it hasn't worked. Well, so where do I change my thing here? Like, if it's not desperation time now, when is it?
I mean, you got three first-round draft picks next year.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, you can trade them for somebody's real quarterback, or you can trade to move up and get. You can just say, hey, man. All right,
but if I'm right on the quarterback,
but just think, you can get three good players this year. And then say, you know what? Our fourth player is these three first-round draft picks to move up. But that means you had a good year. But if you're giving up three, because next year we think that it's going to be more than one. This year we agree, it's one quarterback.
But let's look at a little bit of history here. Recent history, real quick. Joe Douglas drafted a lot of good players, but he missed on the quarterback.
Yep.
Out of a job.
Yep.
Joe Schoen has not had good drafts. Got Jackson Dart. Still here. Would you take the players that Joe Douglas drafted, or would you take the players that Joe Schoen drafted? You would have to take the players that Joe Douglas drafted. But the reason that right now Schoen still has a job is Dart, period.
Yeah, but that's because, Joe Douglas picked the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Right? And he didn't. And because you picked the wrong guy, the next year you couldn't go get a guy because you had to see how that guy was.
I guess here's my ultimate question. Do I want the safe bet? I feel like he's an incredibly safe bet. That's why I'd be willing to give up a little bit more than usual. It's not often that I get a really safe bet.
It's Chambliss closer to Bo Nix than Mendoza is to, and then Mendoza is to Joe Burrow?
I don't know. I think this is a much safer bet than Trinidad Chambliss.
It is, but Trinidad Chambliss doesn't cost you the money. And you still have it, and he's not, especially if you take him in the second round, you're not worried about taking a quarterback again next year.
But I just need an answer, man. For me,
sometimes
somebody to be the answer when it hasn't been 50 years.
Sometimes the answer isn't just reaching and doing something desperate.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page, 800-919-3776. There are some takes up here that are nuts. You're going to want to hear them next.
Show your team spirit and save big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
Hey, hockey fans. Now with BetMGM, you can win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets when your anytime goal scorer nets 3. Enter BetMGM's Hat Trick Jackpot all season long for your chance to win some major bonus bets. It's easy. Just log in and opt into the promotion. Then make an anytime scorer bet on any hockey game of at least $10. If your player of choice scores 3 goals instead of just 1, you'll win your share of the $10K in bonus bets. There's nothing quite like watching a game with a hat trick, especially when it means you could win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards or bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your 6 figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year 1 needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, we've seen it all, and we're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box. Get started at hrblock.com.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
I'm not really an Olympic guy.
How are you not going to watch the Olympics, man?
Skiing and they shoot weapons. I'm a fan of that.
With the crossbow.
No, it's not a crossbow. It's a gun. It's a donkey. Why do cross-country skiing with a crossbow?
Is it that crazy? They're doing it with a rifle.
Was that when they ski and then use rocket launchers? I don't know.
Now you're talking.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
I can't wait to watch that one where they bobsled with nunchucks. That's
Yes. Tell me you're not watching that.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
A lot of people want to get in on this at 800-919-3776. Mendoza, what is too much for the Jets? And are you just not seeing the superstar talent that you want to see? Me? Give me the safe bet. Listen, I'm an aggressive gambler. I like to take shots. The Jets can't take shots anymore. Like, give me the thing that can lock me in. And I don't even know that the Raiders are going to trade it. Okay, the Raiders may not trade the pick. There was that story, as I said, about a month and a half ago that Schefter came out with the day that Miami was playing against Cincinnati, that leading up to the draft in 2020, the Dolphins offered 4 number ones to the Cincinnati Bengals to move up from 5 to 1. And, of course, the Dolphins ended up with Tua out of that whole thing, and here they are. 800-919-3776. All right, let's hit Dave in the car. Dave, what's going on, bud? You're next on ESPN New York.
Hey, what's up, guys? I don't think that taking Mendoza right now would be a good thing because there's no structure really in place with the Jets. They should go after other players. But that leads me to another question I've been dying to ask you guys.
But if you got somebody who's mature, isn't it better to have that in that kind of scenario where even if a year from now you're moving on from the head coach, you still have a guy in place that can handle that kind of change?
I mean, one thing.
I understand that, but it just appears right now. Look, if you were sending this guy to any other situation, if you were sending him to the Niners, to the Eagles, if you were sending a mature quarterback into a situation where there was a structure or a strong coaching scenario, I'd be like, grab Mendoza in a minute. The Jets are still a definitively unknown. If it was the Giants right now with Harbaugh, I'd say yes. But I have a question on top of this that I want to ask you guys. When you look at Allen, when you look at Jackson with the Ravens, when you look at Kyler Murray with Arizona, when you look at a lot of these quarterbacks who have a lot of talent who are failing in the NFL, has the NFL created a league where quarterbacks are being rewarded huge sums of money and huge opportunities to basically play off-platform as opposed to being in a structure? I think that's a huge problem. Josh Allen should have never lost that game. Caleb Williams should have never lost that game this past weekend. But when they went off platform, they destroyed themselves. Lamar Jackson has destroyed themselves in the playoffs historically, being off platform. Do you think that this is an issue?
Well, 2 years ago, Lamar Jackson played from the pocket. I think what you're talking about is the athletic quarterback that's making off-schedule plays. Ben Roethlisberger did it better than anybody. So I don't know what you're talking about. He won 2 Super Bowls, and the play didn't start into the scramble drill with him. Yeah, I think sometimes we get caught up with the athletic African-American quarterback, and we don't think that they're as sophisticated from the pocket, which they are. Jalen Hurts just won a Super Bowl last year, being a off-platform, extending the play type of quarterback. I mean, I feel like that's what you have to do. Patrick Mahomes, who's more off-platform, throwing the ball, different arm angles. Like, those quarterbacks just haven't won. It doesn't mean that they haven't performed well or haven't played well. They just haven't won a championship.
When are we done with that narrative, that whole thing?
Yeah.
Like, haven't we proven it enough already?
Patrick Mahomes is the poster child for it.
I mean, how many guys do you have to see that can continue to play like this? Leave it. Say what you want. Even Deshaun Watson, his first couple of years, played exceptionally well throwing the football.
Well, tell me this.
Not just running around.
Tell me this. What pocket quarterback has won a championship outside of Matthew Stafford?
Recently, you're talking about.
Yeah, recently. Name me one. Because all I remember is Mahomes, Stafford in between, and Hurts. So that means at least 4 of the championships has been won by those type of quarterbacks. And Russell Wilson, when he won his, was that type of quarterback. Ben Roethlisberger is absolutely that type of quarterback.
that whole off-schedule thing is just garbage. I don't buy that for a second. And the race thing aside, okay, the off-schedule thing, the Bears don't get to overtime if he doesn't make a ridiculous off-schedule play.
To have that in his repertoire.
This is what you want. Would you rather have somebody
like
who
Drew Bledsoe to just sit there like
it's a sitting duck?
Like yeah, I'm inside the pocket. I guess I got to eat it.
So we got, Stafford, Brady.
Right.
Brady would be the other one.
Right.
That's pretty much it.
That's 2 Super Bowls, and if you're saying Brady, that's 2 Super Bowls out of the last 10.
Then we're going back to
the last 8
to Peyton Manning. When he was terrible with Denver, and they had an all-time dominant defense.
Because Russell Wilson is a mobile quarterback, especially when he was with the Legion of Boom.
Lucas, upstate, is next. ESPN New York. Lucas, what's up, baby?
Fellas, what's going on? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I'm all right. Guys, I really think the Jets should just stick with the players. Bart, you do your best on the SOY show, but you know that Aaron Glenn's not the guy. We all know that Aaron Glenn is more concerned with arguing with the media than actually coaching his team. He looks like he doesn't know what he's doing half the time, and you don't want to bring a kid in like that.
Lucas, tell me this. What coach did you feel great about the first year? Rex, maybe?
Yeah,
but that ended bad for you, right? For some point, it's like it's time to move on from Rex. At what point? So, just because you can't judge somebody's future based off 1 year, and that's all I'm gonna say.
I get that, but Bart, it should never look as bad as it looks this year, bro.
Yeah.
It should never look, even a first-year coach, it should never look this bad.
That's because they took a risk on a player that they shouldn't have never took a risk on. And that's what forced them to. I think that's the bad assessment. As good as Muji was, one of the worst decisions was his first decision. Was the fact that he thought that he could build around Justin Fields, and that what he saw. I always hate when you see somebody and you're like, oh well, when we get him,
yeah.
So you just think the other coaches were the other Mike Tomlin, one of the most stable coaches in the world. Arthur Smith had us believing that Marcus Mariota can ball. Arthur Smith had us believing that Tannehill could ball. Right? Tannehill was damn near, but he couldn't fix Justin Fields. And you think that, oh man, it's just the coaches.
All right, let me ask this question though. This can't ever be the case though, right? You would not avoid drafting somebody as a quarterback because you felt like your coaches couldn't do the job? That can't be something that you would consider, right?
No. Let me say something, too, about if they did get Mendoza. What I'm saying is I don't think that Mendoza would struggle if he got here. I just think that they can't give up too much to do that, because one thing that they'll be able to do that most bad teams can't do is they'll be able to protect Mendoza. They'll be able to run the ball behind Mendoza. He'll have a number one receiver, but what I'm saying is, and if they really needed to, they can get a number 2 receiver and free agency. If they decide to say, hey, we're going to give this up. What I'm saying is they need other players, because you're going to add more pressure on this kid when your defense can't stop nobody.
Listen, if your defense can't stop anybody, that's one thing. So it's going to put him at risk more, because he's going to have to throw the ball more. I get it. I just haven't had a guy in forever, and I can't keep kicking the can down the road if I have a safe bet and that team's willing to trade him to me. That's all. I can't keep kicking the can down the road on that position. But like we were talking about this a couple weeks ago. Hey, if you took one this year and it didn't work, you take another one next year. That's what you wanted to do.
Yeah,
right?
But what I'm saying is I'll take one
later.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying it number 2 with that kind of mentality.
Number 2, man, number 2 is that's precious real estate right there, man. You got arguably, like, okay, if we thought that Jalen Carter was better than Michael Parsons, and we thought he was the next LT or the next defensive star in this league, the next Von Miller. Well, people think that Arvell Reese is that, right? You've seen him up close up. How dominant is he?
I don't know that he's Micah Parsons. Okay. I had one coach before Micah Parsons came out who had been on the staff at Penn State and had coached with him and against him. and said he was the most special defensive talent he had ever been around. Now, that's one coach at the time.
Mark Parr's what, 6'2", 6'3"?
I think he's 6'3".
Arvell Reese is 6'4".
I'm not saying Arvell Reese won't be great. I just won't put him on that level yet.
But you believe that he's a top 5 pick?
Yes.
So
yes.
Top 5 pick, just like last year. The Giants didn't overcomplicate it. They got their quarterback late from Ole Miss. Why can't you get your quarterback from Ole Miss?
I'll tell you there's one other guy, though, from last night. I'm telling you. If you took him, I'd be okay. I'll tell you who next. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Tease. Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me. Just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win? So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then?
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
All the way over Barzell, score! New York Islanders hockey is back at UBS Arena, and it's time to bring the family and make some noise. With more afternoon games this season, the Islanders have special kids-themed games and activities for young fans. Play games pregame at the park and head inside for fun on the concourse and on the ice. Tickets for the 2025-26 season are on sale now. Get your tickets at NewYorkIslanders.com.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Empower. Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Bart's over here making a cocktail, it looks like. Because I saw some pineapple juice go in there. I saw a seltzer go in there. Where's the vodka? That was the only thing that was missing right there.
Oh, it ain't missing. Hey, man.
I just didn't see it.
The Jets and the Knicks will drive you to drinking, son.
No kidding. We'll get to the Knicks here shortly. Holy crap. What is going on there? That is a complete disaster right now.
How my Jaylen Brown stuff aging?
You're doing okay. Doing okay.
Was Jaylen Brown and Cade Cunningham both starters in the All-Star game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Interesting. Well, Jaylen is too.
Yeah, I get that.
You see who's not?
LeBron James.
For the first time.
Now you want to cut the hair off and be like Michael Jordan. Too late.
Listen, the one thing off of last night, we got to get more of these calls in a moment at 800-919-3776. And also be watching the show over on YouTube at the ESPN New York YouTube page where you should be subscribed. Pound that like button. Let's go. Ruben Bain. Akeem Mesidor. And we're talking about two guys that can blow up a game in a hurry. Here's the thing about Bain, okay? 2 might be too high for him, all right?
16 won't. Well, Mesidor, you get Mesidor at 16.
You might. If you get either of those guys at 16, it's highway robbery. I think they're both gone by 16, and you'd have to think long and hard about taking them 2. But holy crap. Bart, those two guys can blow up a game quickly. I mean, Mesidor had 2 sacks last night. Bain had 1 and a couple tackles for loss. Bain this year, 16.5 tackles for loss, 8.5 sacks, 68 pressures. 68 pressures. Akeem Mesidor, 15.5 tackles for loss, 10.5 sacks, 55 pressures. And not only that, Bain, the motor that guy plays with, he does not take a play off.
And the thing is, he plays in Miami in the heat, so you know that he's in shape. You got to be in shape to play in Miami because of the damn heat is suffocating the first 5 games you play in. You can't even breathe.
You're talking about, like, if you want to sell your plan to me about we need a lot of really good players in other positions,
okay,
let's start talking about those guys.
So how about Arvell Reese and then Mesidor?
Oh, my God. That'd be a tremendous.
Because if you go to a 3-4, you can put Bain inside like John Franklin Myers, or you can put him inside like Sean Ellis because he can be 290.
So Arvell Reese
How tall is he?
Bain?
Yeah.
I believe he's 6'4". I'll double check here.
Oh, he could be 2'8". He'll be 290 easy.
6'3".
Oh,
They're both, he and Mesidor are both 6'3". Mesidor 280, Bain 275.
So 280 can be 290 easy. And so you talk about putting him in at the 5 where we used to put Trevor Price.
Yeah.
And then you still have Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald, Arvell Reese, and Will McDonald.
Well, you said Will twice there. Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald. Yeah. Okay.
Jermaine Johnson.
Yep.
You put Phillips at the nose. You put Briggs at the other D tackle, and you put
Bain or Mesidor.
No, Mesidor is going to be right next to Jermaine Johnson.
Okay,
that way they can't get doubled. So that's the 5 technique to the close side.
And Mesidor could play inside or outside.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So that because and then if you decide to say, okay, we're not going to pay you, Jermaine Johnson, you're not who we thought you were. Just slide him right outside. So he could play that Justin Tuck position because Justin Tuck wasn't over 300 pounds.
So I can't sit here and pretend that I watched Maui Noah play thoroughly last night. I'm a fan. I don't watch the right tackle enough. I can watch some guys like that, but I didn't go out of my way last night. Did you see anything out of him that has your attention, let's say, for the Giants?
I mean, he's a road grader. Look what he did. Look what he did in the run game.
And on the touchdown pass,
big run.
Touchdown run.
Yeah. Tight end kicked out. He mashed down the side, but it's film for days about him.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for the Giants, that's right up Harbaugh's type of how he wants to build it.
We'll have some sound from John Harbaugh, who's getting introduced 1 hour from now as the Giants' new head coach. And it'll be very interesting to hear from him.
But listen to what I just said. Jermaine Johnson, Mesidor Bain, Phillips at the nose, Briggs, who had way more pressures than almost a lot of guys at the position, had 4 sacks this year, and then Will McDonald.
It's pretty damn good.
And then Arvell Reese behind him. And then you get Chambliss with the second pick.
It's not bad.
Then with your other second pick, you go get your stud receiver.
I'm not arguing.
You get your Luther Burton to go opposite of Ionai Mitchell, Mechie, Garrett Wilson.
Yep.
And then whoever's going to drop to the second.
The guy that I would be thinking about, but he's probably a first-round pick, is Denzel Boston from Washington. He's going to be a late first-round pick. The other guy who's really good, but he's injured right now, and he's going to fall down, is a guy from Louisville, Chris Bell. Had a massive season and then tore his ACL at the end of the year.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, Chris. You can trade for future first-round draft picks.
No, I understand.
So you've got
the brilliant plan all in place. That's fine.
You got 3 of them.
We've had a lot of brilliant plans all in place, and the plan tends to fall off.
You can go back in that first round, and you can trade next year's and swap the other 2.
Okay.
So you can have 3 this year, not 3 next.
Or I could actually get a quarterback who's a franchise quarterback.
That's great, and then you won't have nothing else.
Brian.
No Bain, no Mesidor, no Bain, no Arvell Reese, none of that. Just Mendoza.
Brian in Manhattan is next. ESPN New York. Brian, what's up, dude? How are you?
Good. I wasn't that interested in the final game last night. I just feel like college football with the nil situation is just so different. So I didn't take to it. I watched a bit of it. I'm not a huge fan of Mendoza. I think he's a great story. He seems like a great guy, God-fearing, all that stuff. I just don't think he's worth – it's interesting, right? Like a couple of years ago, you had Caleb, you had Jaden Daniels, you had Drake May. You could argue those are 3, quarterbacks forever. These are guys who are going to play 15-plus years. They're all athletic. They all can move. So that mobility thing, there's a guy calling earlier about not being in the pocket. I think he's crazy. I just don't think Mendoza's worth it. And I also think that, Chris, I just feel like your idea of getting the safe bet, anybody can overpay, right? It's easy to say, hey, let me give you 3 ones for a guy that we actually don't think is super athletic and we think might be as good as Jared Goff. I just don't think that's smart. That's good business. And I think the way Bart outlined, sort of drafting other positions. If you look at the playoffs this year, it's funny. About half the teams have really good quarterbacks and about half the teams have really good other stuff in defense and coaching. And then finally, I just think Mendoza to the Jets. I'm sorry, and I know, Bart, maybe you're too close to this, but Aaron Glenn hasn't given us any indication that he would be a good role model.
See, this is where you lose me. This is where you lose me. If you're talking about having an actual strategy of, my coaching staff isn't good enough to justify drafting a quarterback at number 1, then you've got bigger problems. And then you're a group of losers. Yeah. Then you're a group of losers. And that's not the way the Jets are thinking.
Tanner Armstrong did not do a horrible job. He was not the reason why. Now, what I do go do is I go upgrade my other parts of the coaching staff, right? I go upgrade maybe my quarterback's coach. I'm trying to go – and listen, if I feel like it's a offensive coordinator out there, Tanner can't have hurt feelings. If I can go get Kafka, somebody to be a quarterback's coach or be a because some people have been quarterback coach / assistant coaches. You can give them those type of titles. But let me mention this again. Jermaine Johnson.
I get it.
Okay, let me say Bain or Mesidor. Phillips that you can't move at the nose. Briggs. Arvell Reese. Will McDonald. And Wink Martindale.
Wink, I'm with you on.
But that's what you're giving them, though.
Oh, but that's my problem is that, yes, I love Bain. I love Mesidor. And if you end up with one of them, it's phenomenal. I won't complain.
You talk about hunting?
I get it. Most of those guys I already had, and it didn't work.
Yeah, but but this is the thing. These people cheap. Because guess what else you can do? Now you forgot that the Jets going to have almost $200 million in salary cap space.
Well, it's not 200.
Well, $90 million in salary cap space. See, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
I get all of that.
So you getting what you once had.
I have a safe bet, dude, that I at a position that I haven't been able to fill forever.
Safe to get you killed.
So we're risking it on a dumbass from BYU who's 20 years old and threw 28 passes in college or whatever it was. One season. How did that go?
Talk about Chambers.
That's fine. A guy that was a backup at the beginning of the year and was a D2 player before that. Was the backup quarterback and only got a chance because the other kid got hurt. It's not a knock on his talent.
Did we know who Mendoza was?
No. Mendoza had played a little bit more at least, though. He's 22 years old.
I had never heard of him.
The thing with me, I had heard of him, but I watched him a little bit last year.
Yeah, you whooped his ass last year, right?
No, he didn't play at Indiana last year. He transferred from Cal.
So, I mean, he got his ass whooped a lot.
This is not the point. You can keep pointing to all this stuff. You know as well as I do, they have never gotten this spot right. And this is as sure as a bet as there has been at the position in a long time.
Cost you everything. I hope the Raiders say, you know what, we refuse to.
They probably will.
We're not listening.
They probably will. They probably will. All I want is functional at the position. Is that too much to ask? I'm not trying to overpay for something that's average. This guy is an above-average player to me, and that's good enough right now.
Well, he's not available. Let's just say that.
Well, no, I mean, we can't say it for sure. I'm saying my whole thing is if they are open to moving down one spot,
no.
What will you give up? I'll give up that one and two others. I'll do it. That's how bad it's been.
I'll do it. I promise I'll do it.
I'll do it. I absolutely will do it. Because the organization has never gotten that position right, and they've never had a safer bet than this guy. Never.
I'd much rather be choosing from Dante Moore, who's going to be 21 years old, and then he's going to have experience next year, and he's mobile, or Arch Manning. I'd much rather be able to say, hey, I might be able to get one of these guys next year.
Okay. Well, we were talking about Arch Manning at this time last year.
Yep.
How did that work out?
And he needed more.
And he was terrible.
He needed more.
For most of the year.
He needed more seasoning. He going to get that more seasoning. And Dante Moore need what? More seasoning.
David
and
Rockland.
We got 3 first-round draft picks next year.
That's fine. Keep kicking the can down the road.
I'd much rather have my defense ready.
You're a defensive guy. Of course you would.
Well,
you won with Mark Sanchez at quarterback.
I'm sorry. I just watched the Denver Broncos get there with an average quarterback. I watched the Houston Texans get there with an average quarterback.
Well, CJ's not average anymore. He's below average the way he's playing.
Right.
Well below
So I saw them get there.
And they lost because of it.
I'm watching Sam Darnold get carried.
And we all think that because that average quarterback isn't there this week, that Denver doesn't have a chance in hell.
Yeah, they do.
David Rockland. What's up, David? How are you, bud?
I'm good. Here's my thing. I don't know if Glenn's going to be here in a year or two. So if that's the case, we invested 3 first-rounders. Let's say if Tomlin got the itch in a year or two.
Oh, my God.
We go all in on
We're
this
already firing the coach 2 years down the road. I don't know if he's going to be here, so I'm not going to invest in him after 1 year as the coach. Come on.
David,
come on, fire him now and have some guts then if that's the problem.
Hey, David, hold on 1 second.
Jeez.
I'm going to go over my list again for Chris for the 3rd time.
I don't care. I know what your list is.
Jermaine,
it's not about them being great defensive players. They're great defensive players. You can't find a quarterback.
David.
You've never been able to do it.
David.
And half of those guys that you talked about on defense that are great players didn't make any difference this year at all.
Ooh.
No difference at all this year.
You know how you see a thermometer go up and the red and the mercury goes to the top? That's what's happening.
David, you're talking about.
That's what happened to the top of Chris' head
Eric
right
Glenn's
now.
not going to be here in a year or two from now. You know what? Then just fire everybody,
David.
clean out the entire organization, and get a freaking clue as to what you're doing. If you're already making plans, well, I'm not going to let him take a quarterback at number 2 or trade away 2 number 1 picks with my number 1 overall pick at number 2 to move up 1 spot to get a freaking quarterback that I've never had. Then I absolutely should just quit, sell the team, and go sit in a fetal position.
Breathe, dog. Now, Dave, you know, like when you ever have a friend get pissed off, right? What do? You piss them off more. So I'm going to go Jermaine Johnson. I'm going to go Bain. I'm going to go Phillips. I'm going to go Arvell Reese. I'm going to go and I'm going to go Briggs. And then I'm going to go Wink Martindale. And then the next year, I have 3 first-round draft picks, and Mike Tomlin says I'm ready to coach. Oh, yes, baby. That's the master plan.
Yeah, your master plan seems to include everything going perfectly your way, which really has traditionally been the case for the Jets.
No, if you bring all those people in, go ahead, Dave. Get out what you got to get out, son.
Well,
I got a headache now.
Okay. So my thing is, like, let's say, okay, someone like that comes out there, you got to try, right? You got to try. And when coaches come in, what happens? They want to pick their coach. Robert's
going to pick their quarterback.
You are talking about making the move for a coach, David, a year from now, so you already have your coach fired.
Yeah, why not?
That's what you're talking about.
It's not, listen.
That's loser talk.
No, that's not true. David,
that's loser talk.
David, a lot of people will fire their coach for Mike Tomlin, whether they were good or not. Am I lying?
Of course not.
And guess what we got?
Why do you
So
think
guess what we got? We got 2 first-round draft picks so that we can go ahead and he can pick whatever quarterback he wants. And we have a first-round draft pick to trade to the Pittsburgh Steelers to give us to him. Ha-ha! Got him.
You're assuming he wants to be the coach.
If he has Arvell Reese, Bain,
and he doesn't have a quarterback.
He gonna pick his quarterback. And you tell me if Peyton says, Arch, you're not going to the Jets when Mike Tomlin is the head coach.
He did.
When Mike Tomlin is the head coach. When Mike Tomlin
didn't go play for Bill Parcells when he was the head coach of the Jets.
That's because he wouldn't let him be the starter. That's why.
It had nothing to do with
And first of all, this has nothing to do with Peyton. We're talking about Cooper.
Yeah, I understand. The Mannings wouldn't let Peyton play for Bill Parcells, who won 2 Super Bowls already by that point.
He was a jerk.
Oh, he's a jerk.
He won. Mike Tomlin's cool. You mean to tell me that Dante Moore,
what I really can't take.
The same thing we saying about, and I'm not going to fire Glenn. We're going to see what he's got to do, but he knows he has to produce. But we about to have a whole big thing. Oh, my God. 12 o'clock, we have 48 minutes before Coaching Jesus comes to town for the Giants. You got a chance to get Coaching Moses, and you don't want to get him, and you want to shun that? How dare you? I thought you was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. You fraud. I thought you really not. You're not a Steelers fan. You don't like Aaron Rodgers, and you want to pour cold water on Mike Tomlin coming to town.
It's not pouring cold water on Mike Tomlin.
You just did. You said, why would he want to come here?
Why? Yes, that has nothing to do with if the Jets can get Mike Tomlin, you do it yesterday. Of course you do. Of course you do.
What good job is going to be available? All the good jobs are going to be filled by great coaches already. They're not going to fire their coach over 1 year, so where are you going to go? He can't go to Pittsburgh. He's not going to go to Baltimore.
Did we sit here last year and think that John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin both were going to be out?
No.
Then why is so much of what the Jets' plan is predicated on trying to predict the future and look into a crystal ball?
Okay, Sean McVay's going to get fired. Okay.
Didn't say that.
Or Kyle Shanahan's going to get fired.
Didn't say that.
Well, that would be the equivalent. That's the only other places where Mike Tomlin would want to go. So any other place would be just as bad of a organization.
Mike Tomlin don't want to go coach Tampa Bay? Mike Tomlin don't want to go.
Nope.
Mike Tomlin don't want to go coach Houston with that defense?
Nope. Hold up. They gonna fire DiPietro Rothenberg. Are you crazy?
Well, I'm sorry. What happened this year?
He's the winningest coach.
And he's also the coach that just stuck with C.J. Stroud through that halftime mess.
He's the winningest. He got more playoff wins than any coach in their history. He's only been there 2 years. They're not firing DiPietro Rothenberg.
I'm not saying he's getting fired. I'm saying is you can't predict 1 year from now. You can't predict 1 year from now who's in and who's out.
Just saying.
And the other problem here is, and this is not you, this is the caller. The other problem is you are suggesting not letting the guys that you hired a year ago, not even a year ago, you are suggesting, well, I'm not going to let them have autonomy at making the draft pick because in a year from now, I'm going to be looking for new guys anyway to run this organization. That is such a loser mentality. And if that's the case, sell the team. I'm not putting that on Woody. I don't think Woody would have that mentality. You have to let people go do their jobs. If you're going to keep someone, let them do their job.
Yeah, and the job ain't spending 3 first-round draft picks on a damn quarterback that we don't know.
We know a lot about him. We've seen enough about him this year.
Oh, yeah. We
just saw him win a championship.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Greg McElroy won a championship.
Please don't compare the two. Come on now.
Tim Tebow won
and didn't the Jets draft Greg McElroy, by the way?
Right, 6th round. That's why I brought it up. Tim Tebow won a championship.
Come on.
What do you mean?
Come on. You know what I mean.
Touchdown Jesus.
Stop it. Brian in Martinsville.
Beat your Steelers in overtime.
You just like seeing my head get nice, big, and red. What's up?
It's actually matching your shirt now.
Almost. Although this isn't quite a salmon.
What's that, salmon?
It's not quite. What do you got, Brian?
All right, so let's just assume, hey, it's been a minute, but let's just assume we hit on all the draft picks like Bart says. You know, we're going to end up with Wink because, to be honest, no one else wants him, and guys like Leonard we won't be able to attract when 90% of the fan base, the reporters, everyone is pretty much has in their plans Glenn being fired next year. So to use your exact words, we are a group of losers. How is Glenn going to go out to the free agency market and convince guys to come here when everyone has him written off fired?
Well, then why don't you just fire everybody now? Brian, fire everybody now.
Money.
They're losers. Everybody's losers. Get out. Get out. Get out.
Everyone's losers.
Yeah, so just fire everybody now. Just do that.
Now you've waited too long, and now there's no coaches available.
Brian.
And then who's going to come here
Sean McDermott's
next
available.
year if –
You're right. Nobody's ever going to want to play here. Nobody's ever going to want to coach here. Nobody's going to ever want to even go to a New York Jet game ever. Oh, my God, you're losers. If you are thinking like this, you are not remotely thinking that it's possible to fix something. And this is amazing to me because all of a sudden Bart and I are on the same page.
Push your button. We're not serious people.
They're not. I don't want to joke about it. It's aggravating to me to hear people talk like this, like you just can't let people go and do the job that you hired them to do. But Aaron Glenn sucks so bad in your estimation that you can't let him do it.
Yeah,
come on.
Tanner.
There have been plenty of guys.
Tanner wasn't bad. Tanner wasn't bad.
And I am not going to – Tanner wasn't bad, but he wasn't great. And if there was something better available, would I do it? Yes. Would I have understood if the Jets had decided I can't stomach this with Aaron Glenn and John Harbaugh is available and he expresses that he wants to come here, then I would have – well, this is my point, okay? If that was available to me, I would have done it. Please tell me who the answer is, genius. Besides that, anybody out there, please tell me who the answer is if it's not Aaron Glenn right now. Who will take the job because you're all telling me nobody will take the job and nobody will ever come and be with the Jets.
That's crazy.
You can't have it both ways.
And
you can't.
And Jim Leonard, I'm sure, has an affinity for the. First of all, Jim Leonard ain't getting no other job anywhere else. But Jim's been a college coach.
Jim needs to be an NFL coordinator.
Right. So he's trying to go wherever he can go. What you think he was in college.
Guys, follow the path that Jeff Hafley just went on, okay? From college to the pros. He was the head coach at Boston College. You know how hard it is to win at Boston College, to try to get money out of Boston College, to pay for anything? It's incredibly difficult. That guy saw that if he hung around for another year at Boston College, he would just be another coach that got fired. Yep. Look at Bill O'Brien up there right now. You think he's happy he took that job?
Hell no.
They can't do a damn thing up there. And that guy had most of his success in New England, and he won at Penn State. And he can't win at Boston College. Then you get that that smear on your name. So Hafley does the right thing, goes to the NFL to be a coordinator, and 2 years later he's a head coach.
Yep.
Come on, guys. Of course Jim Leonard needs to be a coordinator.
Jim Leonard's older than what you think, too.
He's probably, 45?
Nah, Jim might be like 42. But you got to think, D'Amico Ryan, all these other guys who have been coaching in the league. Jim's only been in the NFL for 2 years. So for him to be able to move up, he needs to be a coordinator. And why would he want to be a coordinator of the team that he played for?
Here are some of the comments over my recent loss of mind. Scott Roth, 57. Carlin getting that vein on his head.
You know how hard it is to get that vein out of that meathead?
Primo.
No diddy.
Checking in. Carlin versus Don in a ranting war. I give the edge to Don. I would too. Don's a professional. I'm an amateur compared to Don. All right?
No, loudmouths, you got it. You just got to bring your baritone back. You got to bring it back.
No, but I don't like losing my mind like that. Because right now, I legit have a headache from that.
You go soprano, like Don goes baritone.
And I sound like a 10-year-old girl. Franchise. Checking in. Get the medical staff ready for Carlin. Red alert. We got the paddles in here somewhere.
Defibrillator.
Carlin crashed out. Mendoza for the Jets. It starts with the quarterback. That's from Night Lion. That's what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, you got 4 different people. Now you want to emphasize that. That's what I'm trying to say.
I go through the rest of them. Fine. What did I say? I said about Zach Wilson that he was a loser. Well, I mean, it's kind of turned out that way, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, anytime they skip your start in Miami.
and I don't even like calling somebody a loser, okay? And that's when I'm talking about the loser mentality before. It's not letting people do their jobs because, well, you know what? I'm going to be firing him in a year anyway. Like that is just what kind of a thought process is that? That's not it. That's not it.
Listen, what I'm saying is I like that draft better, my way of thinking, than giving up everything for Mendoza. That's the case. You might as well just stunk.
Now, here's my thing. Am I going to have Mendoza here come and make any of the kind of mistakes that Zach Wilson or Mark Sanchez or any of those guys made over the years as young quarterbacks?
Maybe.
Maybe. Unlikely.
We don't know. Like, he listen, this was a diluted, because it's so much free agency. It's so much, free agency. It's so much movement with the NIL. Like, it's not these super teams anymore. So this field was the weakest field of teams I've ever seen, because all these teams have to come together and get chemistry in 1 year. Why was Indiana so great? Because a bunch of them was from JMU, and they had played with each other for a long time, so they had chemistry. What
Cignetti did that was brilliant, all of those guys had experience.
That's what I'm saying.
Not just the chemistry. All of the guys he brought in the last 2 years, the guys that he hits in the transfer portal are guys that have played a lot.
Right. And so that's what I'm saying, though. So they played a watered-down field because everybody leaves. You know, if these college teams play with each other all the time, then we would have these super Miami teams, right? We don't have that.
800-919-3776. They get some Tylenol. Jordan Raanan is going to join us momentarily from the Giants press conference coming up at noon. Bart Carlin.
Coaching Jesus.
ESPN. New York.
St. John's goes for 5 in a row against Big East rival Seton Hall at MSG. Coverage begins tonight at 6:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay that fits the moment. Now, I am loving the Rams. So you can apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. 21 and over and physically present New York opt-in required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm, from the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too, someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino, law, bite back.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball, and the action starts on Wednesday at Crompton Ale House with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nets, Crompton Ale House is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m., and Team ESPN will be giving away ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans on Wednesday at 159 West 26th Street. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Crompton Ale House.
We are back, and we are looking at a pretty lopsided matchup, Jim.
That's right, Ron. I mean, in one corner, we've got a 175-pound guy, and in the other, a 6,000-ton heavyweight train.
Jim, this guy has no idea what he's getting himself into.
It's no contest. Every day, people tempt fate and die trespassing on railroad tracks. See tracks, think train.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Top of the hour, Jordan Raanan is in place to watch the Giants press conference and the introduction of John Harbaugh. And Jordan joins us right now. Bart Carlin on ESPN New York. Hello, Jordan.
What's up, guys? What's going on?
Everybody's got to be very chipper out there today at the Meadowlands, I would assume.
Set the scene.
There's a lot of smiles. You know what there is around here right now? A lot of suits. A lot of suits. It's not just media in here right now. It's like business partners and anyone that's kind of close to the team. Yeah, guys, got a lot of guys here in suits.
Now, what's the expectation? We know he's going to win the press conference. We expect that, but do we have any indication of who he's bringing with him?
You mean in regards to assistant coaches?
Yeah.
I think, when you read between the lines, like Todd Monken is obviously the preferred choice for offensive coordinator. Now, you have to go through a process. It's very similar to head coach. There needs to be Rooney Rule interviews to outside candidates. And on top of that, Todd Monken is up for a head coaching job. So that there's the uncertainty there. So we don't know. You don't even know if he's available. Let's say he gets the Cleveland Browns job. Then he's not available. On the defensive side, a name I've heard is Denard Wilson. It's someone I've heard connected. He was with the Titans as of recently, with the Ravens before that. Anthony Weaver's another guy whose name has surfaced, but you have to remember another one. Again, he's involved in a bunch of different interviews. So if he gets one of those head coaching jobs, he would not be an option at that point. So I think we kind of have an idea of the direction we're going to go, but there's a lot of moving pieces in regards to the coaching carousel that are going on right now that go beyond just the head coaching job in New York, and of how he, builds out his staff.
Jordan Raanan with us out from the Giants facility. Of course, the press conference coming up here at the top of the hour, introducing John Harbaugh as the new head coach. Jordan, how close do you really think that this got to any kind of jeopardy over the weekend over what the reporting structure was going to be?
I think once they came to that agreement on Wednesday, it was always really going to happen. Did maybe it get a little contentious in regards to the back and forth, or I don't know if contentious is the right word, but was there some negotiating going on? For sure. But my gut, and from talking to people that were involved in it and around it, is that it was always going to happen, and that there was always things that they were going to be able to look. Once you come to an agreement and say we're going to sign this guy, basically everybody knows he was going to get the power, right? He was going to get 5 years in the vicinity of $100 million. We know where it's going. You're going to get basically whatever you want, and it might have taken a little more time than he expected, but that was all. That was how it was going to play out at that point. Come on, you're not going to back out of one of a deal like that, and then fight over other control over a general manager, by the way, who went 3-14 and 4-13, right? How's that guy going to win out in any
That's what really caught my.
That's not.
Yeah, I mean that's
I don't even think that was the thing.
Well, I mean, so I read something like Ian O'Connor's account. It's like that they wanted it. He wanted it in writing that was not the case, right? We all know that when you have that kind of money and that kind of security, you obviously have the power. But it obviously meant something to him to make sure that everybody understood that ultimately he's got the final call on it.
Exactly. That to me is what it was all about. It was about finding ways to word it to make everybody happy, but yet he was going to have the power regardless of how you worded it. You have the leverage once you have 5 years and $100 million owed to you.
Now, when you say power, right, one, what does that mean for Shane? Two, what does that mean for the administration up in the upper parts of the office? Does he have power? Do we believe, does he have the power to hire executives?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what we're going to find out here. I would be surprised if he didn't. We don't know that. That's kind of when I was going over this stuff, and one of the things was organizational structure was told to me, right? That was a big part of what they were working through in the final phases. To me, that's all right. How's this executive branch going to be designed? Where does John Harbaugh have input into it, and how is it going to be reshaped and rearranged to his liking? And so I think we're going to find that out. And you know what, Bart? It's probably something we're not even going to find out in full now. It's something that might not even take shape until after the draft, right? It's something that maybe takes a full year, and they see how everything works this year, and then they kind of figure it out. So I don't think there's an instant answer to that question at this point.
Jordan Raanan is with us. He is out at the Giants facility. John Harbaugh getting introduced here in about 20 minutes from now. What are the things that you expect to be addressed today that you are most interested in hearing from John Harbaugh?
Yeah, just why he took this job. I think let's just hear from his mouth of what intrigued him here. I think a big part of that's going to be Jackson Dart and the history of the organization as well. I think we're going to hear a lot of that. Who has final say on personnel? Where does Joe Schoen sort of fit into that equation? Again, I think we kind of know the answers to it, but let's see, what we're talking about and the potential reorganization of the franchise. Where is he expected to make the biggest changes, right? If you are going to make the changes, like where are we talking about? We're not talking about the cafeteria here, right? I know that was something that I read this morning, like the cafeteria is getting redone and the field house. Like, that's not where the biggest changes are going to be, right? It's going to be whether you build out a different analytics department, to make changes in regards to the medical team, like those kind of things are going to be much more pertinent than, what the new cafeteria looks like.
I don't know, man. Them grass-fed meatballs is really tempting.
There was a player here at one point. I remember it was probably in the spring OTAs of his rookie year, and they were like, "What's been your favorite thing about being here so far?" And he said, the meatloaf in the cafeteria was banging. You know who it was? I know who it was. It was Wayne Gallman. Remember Wayne Gallman?
Wayne Gallman. Yeah, Clemson running back.
Yeah, the meatloaf was banging in the cafeteria.
Ma! Meatloaf! Jordan, when we come out of the other side of this, ultimately, we've kind of talked about it already, but where do you expect Joe Schoen to fit into the puzzle overall? Is this he's going to get moved to the other side of the building, Howie Roseman type situation? Or is this he's going to be part of the process, but not anywhere near the same kind of say that he had before?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be put in the closet, as you say. I mean, I think it's more of like a wait and see approach. Hey, we're going to have a collaborative approach. I expect him to know how to say that today, but it's sort of like a grace period where John Harbaugh is going to be evaluating whether this is the relationship and the setup that he wants moving forward in long term. I think that's more likely the case in the scenario here. Apparently, to this point, everything has gone well between the two of them, and I hadn't heard anything directly saying otherwise. So I do think Joe Schoen is going to be a big part of this process. The question is he going to be part of the process with John Harbaugh long term? And I don't think anybody really knows that answer right now. And it's going to have to be one of these things where we see how it works for the first 3 months, the first year, or the first, whatever it may be. And then we'll probably have an assessment of it from John Harbaugh at some point, and we'll see how it shakes out.
What's fascinating to me, being that I was in Baltimore with John his first year, he's been in a place with Howie Roseman, and he's been in a place with Ozzie Newsome and Eric DeCoste and Joe Ortiz and Dick Cass that have tremendously had a particular structure when it comes to drafting. And I would just wonder how he looks. Maybe you can sneak that question in. What does he think about this roster, and where does he think the blind spots are? And I'm sure he's going to give you some coach speak. But, the draft is and free agency is the things that's up on his board immediately. And ultimately, how much power does Schoen have in what they put up on their big board already as far as free agency and what they've done as far as the work in the draft?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote it down for you, Bart, okay, here, the roster, where we're at in the blind spot, so I got you.
Yeah, lack of leadership in that locker room, too.
Yeah. We got a lot of time to get to those kind of things, Bart. We got 6. What are we at? It's January.
At least 7 months.
We got 9 months. We got 9 months until they play a real game, man. Yeah. Come on.
We got draft. We got the draft, man.
I know. We got the draft and the free agency, which you brought up, and I think that their board is going to change drastically, and we're going to see a very different version. And I think something we're going to hear today is the kind of brand of football that John Harbaugh wants to bring to the Giants. And it's going to be a much more physical, much more run-oriented, pounded. Like that's what he believes in. He's an old-school football guy at heart, right? Look at the way the Ravens were built. They still have a fullback, for God's sakes. Not many teams have a fullback these days. Like that, and you were there, Bart. Like that's always been the identity of the Baltimore Ravens. And I think he's going to try to bring that here. And by doing that, they're going to have to reshape this roster, right? You can't have 160-pound cornerbacks, being unable to tackle, and then your safeties at 195 pounds being unable to take guys down. Like that's not going to fly anymore. So I think from a personnel perspective, the board is going to be totally redone to fit what John Harbaugh wants, and that John Harbaugh is going to basically be reshaping the board, and Joe Schoen is going to be assisting him and helping him in that regard.
Jordan, appreciate it, man. Thanks. Appreciate the time on a busy day.
You got it, guys. Anytime.
That's Jordan Raanan.
Have a good show.
You too. Appreciate it.
Get some meatloaf.
Why did I say that? Jordan doesn't have a show today. Why would I say, he says, have a good show, and I say, you too? What does that mean? Like, have a good press conference?
It's just what people do. It's just what we do. Like, all right, see you later. Yeah, see you later, too.
I did that thing last week where it was somebody says, do you have a nice flight? You too. They're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere.
They're like, jerk.
They're going to the Cinnabon.
They're like, jerk. I haven't had a vacation in 10 years, jerk. Just because I work in the airport, I take flights.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Show your team spirit and save big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives, just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, commitment issues? No problem. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, as in for life. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Pay $25 a month as long as you stay on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Benjamin Franklin, sir, I've just received news.
Speak.
They're multiplying you.
Multiplying me?
Yes, many times.
Multiple Benjamins?
Shall I stop it?
No.
Multiply your Benjamins with New York Lottery's Extra Multiplier Scratch-Off games. Play for the chance to multiply your winnings up to 100 times. Prizes up to $3 million.
I've won! I've multiplied myself!
We won! Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, hockey fans. Now with BetMGM, you can win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets when your anytime goal scorer nets 3. Enter BetMGM's Hat Trick Jackpot all season long for your chance to win some major bonus bets. It's easy. Just log in and opt into the promotion. Then make an anytime scorer bet on any hockey game of at least $10. If your player of choice scores 3 goals instead of just 1, you'll win your share of the $10K in bonus bets. There's nothing quite like watching a game with a hat trick, especially when it means you could win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your 6 figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year 1 needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all. And they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice-proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Big baby.
I don't look like a big baby. I am a large man. I tell you, the next time I have a little, and he's probably listening, but the next time DiPietro is getting on me about my weight and all that.
Yeah.
This past weekend, did you see on social media they were doing like the 2016 trend where people were posting pictures from 2016?
I did one.
Yeah, me too. The station posted some pictures of everybody in the lineup.
Yeah.
From 2016. And these were not pictures, like, I wasn't here in 2016. Like, I was thinking maybe it was that.
Right.
No, they just did it, all of us, from 2016, what we look like. That hairline. Oh, Ricky.
Was it south? Oh.
Ricky.
Hold up.
We're heading south, son.
Hold up.
Yeah. DiPietro's hairline?
Did it make a comeback?
Oh, halfway back. Like, that hair, no, I'm talking about, the hairline has not made a comeback. I'm saying the hairline in 2016 compared to what it is now, there's a reason my dog's wearing a hat every day.
Every day. I never realized.
He's quite vain.
I've never paid attention to see if.
Me, not so much.
Oh, look at that fake stuff. Oh, they just
What are you talking about?
They just had a cute picture of Shane and
Harbaugh
John
hugging,
walking in. But it oddly just went away really quick. But that was on ESPN, though.
All I'm saying is, like, if I could find this picture that we're talking about Rick.
Have I ever seen Rick without a hat? I thought I never paid attention that.
It just feels like that.
It just feels like I've never.
Because he hasn't not worn a hat in years.
I just assumed that he has long hair.
Here's the 2016. Here we go. I'll show you Rick's picture now. And look at Rick's hairline then. It's headed over. Yeah, it's headed backwards now.
But he had his original hairline was far down on his forehead. Like
that's what I'm saying. He's lost.
It was 1 inch from his eyebrows.
What I'm saying is Rick has lost a lot of hair, and he knows it.
When is this?
This is from 2016.
Oh, it looks good.
Pictures I'm showing. He looks great. That's what I'm saying right now.
Listen, we don't know what it looks like right now.
No, listen, if you want to get on the plane, go to Turkey, get the hair replacement, you do what you got to do, all right? Everybody does themselves. You do you, boo. That's fine. But that hair, don't talk to me about the weight. I can lose the weight without doing it surgically. I lost the hair, and I, from day one of the hair loss, when that was pretty apparent that there was no coming back, there was never going to be any denial about that situation. I have been hairless on top for 20-plus years now. And I was never going to try to do any comb-over. Every day, somebody else was getting voted off. We just took it right off, and we don't live in any kind of denial about who we are.
What's our favorite guy from Alabama, the radio host?
Paul Feinbaum?
Feinbaum. You never thought about Feinbauming it out?
He doesn't really comb it over that bad, does he?
No, he grows it out, though, on the side.
Not really, because then I just look like a crazy professor. Then I look like Larry Fine from the Three Stooges. No, there's no need of that. Just give me the straight curly, and I'll stick with that. Like sometimes I do let it go, and I just look older. But I'm not. Listen, all I'm saying is like, I see why Rick's wearing a hat now every day. I see it.
So you're saying that's 10 years ago. So you're projecting what you think it is 10 years later.
No, what? Listen, I can't get the evidence because it's been covered up. That whole thing's a CIA investigation right now. You talk about cover-ups.
Well, see, I don't even
trying to deny what's going on.
Are you talking about like when they age pictures, like when you go to the cops, they're like, this is what we assume he would look like 10 years later, and they sketch it.
Yeah. Well, we should do an AI thing with Rick where he meets himself 30 years later, like so some of that on social media. We're like, oh, he's going to hug him. I want to see what the hairline looks like.
They walk right next to each other, like him walking with his hockey things on.
Well, I know he can afford the plugs if he wants them.
Hey, he balling.
Balding is what he's doing. Bart Carlin, ESPN.
St. John's goes for 5 in a row against Big East rival Seton Hall at MSG. Coverage begins tonight at 6:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
Why do you go to Princeton Longevity Center?
We go to Princeton Longevity Center because my husband's cardiologist told him having this exam saved his life.
Because somehow 20 turned into 40, and now I need to take my health more seriously. The Princeton Longevity Center designed a program to keep me healthy and active, so 50 and 60 will be no sweat.
Because even though my cholesterol is high, it turned out my arteries are clear. That's a big relief.
Whether you want to make the most of your future years or just want peace of mind, you need the Princeton Longevity Center. Their comprehensive preventive exam combines the latest technology with caring experts to create your personal plan for staying well.
Because I shouldn't have to wait an hour for a 10-minute physical. I go to Princeton Longevity Center because I get everything done in one day and take my results home with me.
Find out why you need Princeton Longevity. Call 888-8000-PLC or go to PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Call 888-8000-PLC. That's 888-8000-PLC.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of?
Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-568-3344. 800-568-3344. 800-568-3344.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Noon on ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube page, where you should be watching, consuming the show. Go there, subscribe, like, watch, comment. We get your comments in on the show, as well as at 800-919-3776. Also, wherever you get your podcast, you miss any moment of the show, you can catch it right there. It is Bart and Carlin. It is noon, which means what?
It's the power hour, 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 hour. Presented by John Harbaugh.
And Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, man.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. So listen, we've spent a lot of the show today off of last night's national championship game talking about the Jets and what this actually means at the number 2 spot, that if the Raiders would ever consider moving back and not taking Mendoza, how much is too much? And would you rather have Mendoza, or would you rather have a defensive lineup where you can pick up 2 or 3 potential stars in this draft and next year's draft and go from there and try to continue to build that defense back up? The biggest thing that you would come away from it thinking is, if that's the point of making the trades that you did with Quinnen Williams and with Sauce Gardner, that you decided to do it because you had already paid those guys and you can go get cheaper labor and you can have more draft capital and all of that. I don't understand why you wouldn't have just kept those players, because you already had great players that were proven, as opposed to trying to go and draft more great defensive players. For me, if the opportunity is there at a position where I haven't been able to get it right in forever, I'm going to trade up if I can. And if that costs me the number 2 pick, the number 16 pick, and a 1 next year, it's a lot.
Who the hell is he, Herschel Walker?
Fernando Mendoza is a safe bet.
Safe?
Yes.
But next year, I get to swing from the fences. You
know what happens when you swing for the fences?
You either Sammy Salsa it, pre-steroids or post-steroids.
Or you swing and miss.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He struck out more than anybody, Sammy Salsa.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is what I'm doing is I'm playing the odds. And for me, the odds are that I got an opportunity to maybe to give myself options. And I always want options, because if you take Mendoza, and we've seen the best, I think, out of Mendoza. He was in the best coaching situation. He had a mature offensive team, defensive team as well. I think 47 of the players on the team was over 22 to 23 years old, which by far is older than some of the teams in the league. So you got to see him in a perfect environment. I don't think I've seen enough. I didn't see Justin Herbert. I didn't see Joe Burrow, who you always mention that, hey, Miami, offered this for Joe Burrow. Freaking Joe Burrow. I mean, yeah, he won the Heisman, and yes, Mendoza won the Heisman, but he didn't look like Joe Burrow. He didn't look like Trevor Lawrence when we were sucking for a duck. he didn't look like Deshaun Watson. Like, so I don't know if I'm willing to give up 3. I'll maybe give up 1 this year and then 1 next year. To give up 3, that price is too rich because I also have to build this roster out. We also got to be able to stop somebody because if we can't stop anybody, then that's going to put more pressure on him to try and do more, and we don't know if he's capable of doing that. So for me, I much rather go with going to get Ruben Bain or go get who's the other get
Mesidor
or Mesidor, Arvell Reese, and give me Chambers. And if Chambers doesn't seem like he's headed in the right direction, I have 3 draft picks next year for Archie Manning, for Dante Moore, if I feel like I need to get it. Or you talk about those 3 picks, maybe we're 1 year closer to Joe Burrow saying, man, I'm out of here. And then you might want to use those 3 first-round draft picks for that. And now you talk about, well, you had this, you had that. Yes, you did have 2 great players with Sauce, and you had 2 great players, a great player in Quinnen. But now you'll have the money to absorb a contract like Joe Burrow. So for me, I love the fact that the Jets have options. But, man, you look at a lot of these teams in the league, usually one man doesn't change something. You have an opportunity to now you can get a team. You can get depth, right? Because we watched so many quarterbacks get injured this year, and you had to go on the backup. You saw Brock Purdy, play that way. Like, why can't Chambers be just as good as Mendoza? Man, but I tell you what, man, I know we need a linebacker. I know we got to be able to stop somebody. I mean, Dak Prescott at home, Joe Burrow at home. So it can't just be a one man going to come save the world. I got to be able to go around. And yes, he is going to be cheap, so that's great. But I'm going to have $90, $100 million in a short period of time. I'm going to have that in a short period of time when the Aaron Rodgers and the Justin Fields of it all falls off. So I'd much rather have options, and I like the idea of being able to build that defense back up and go get me a stud receiver than give up all my draft capital.
We're going to get back to some of the calls here shortly at 800-919-3776 in the next 5 to 8 minutes. There are a few other things I wanted to go over because we've talked about this a lot today. The other thing I wanted to ask you about, first of all, I'm with you on Bain and Mesidor. Those 2 guys. Woof. The Jets end up with either one of them, I'll be okay.
Because they can play inside, and if you feel
they're game wreckers.
Right, but if you feel like Jermaine Johnson isn't somebody that, it's the Thibodeau situation. But the thing about Thibodeau is Carter and Thibodeau can't play on rundowns with each other on the field at the same time. But you can put Bain or Mesidor inside because they're 6'3", over 280.
Well, a couple things here then. Number one, I want to go just separate related to the Jets for a sec. The fact that Robert Saleh got a job, and if you didn't hear, Robert Saleh is the new coach of the Tennessee Titans, got a 5-year deal. The fact that he got a job so quickly after the Jets cut him loose last year, does this say anything to you about that decision-making process? That Saleh was able to turn around that quickly just a year later and get his second head coaching opportunity?
I think everybody can empathize with the fact that if you miss on a quarterback, it's going to cost you your job. As simple as that. They missed on a quarterback, and you can say whatever you want about Mike Tomlin. The reason why Mike Tomlin is no
Kenny
longer
Pickett.
My point. That's the reason. So it's proven. If you pick your own quarterback and he's not good, you better discover Brock Purdy. Because Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch would have been out of a job with Trevor, what's his name?
Trevor Siemian?
Nah.
No, Trevor Lawrence?
No.
What?
What's
I
his
don't
name?
know. Who are you talking about?
The guy the kid they drafted that's in Dallas now. That's how bad he was.
Kid that was drafted that was in Dallas?
The San Francisco 49ers.
Oh,
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
Trevor Trey. TRE. It's all the same.
If I'm not,
they would have been
if
fired.
I am not triple locked in on every word you say, and you start firing questions at me, do you know how much that sucks for me? Like I gotta be your Google. Who's this guy? What?
I don't know about it, Trey Lance.
What?
What? They would have been out of a job because they paid Jimmy G. That was bad. And Trey Lance was a bust, and they gave up a lot for him, but they found Brock Purdy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so everybody that finds that messes up with a quarterback, eventually, Cliff Kingsbury. Oh man, Cliff Kingsbury's still out there.
He is as a coordinator.
Damn.
As a coordinator, he's still out there.
Why? I understand. I don't understand why the Jets didn't.
Like if I were Robert Saleh, I'd hire Cliff Kingsbury right now to come and work with Cam Ward. I think that'd be a phenomenal pick. See, this to me,
no state taxes either.
This is not a knock on the Jets to me because of the organization that hired him. If you had the Baltimore Ravens hire Robert Saleh, if you had Pittsburgh hire Robert Saleh, then to me it would speak poorly of the Jets because you just saw two teams or one team that was an exceptionally well-run organization go take your guy and they're now going to have success. Because, like, you can almost operate under the assumption that they're going to have success with him. But because it was Tennessee, they have not been the most well-run organization over the years. And so that does not do anything to me to the perception of the Jets firing Saleh last year.
Yeah, they fired their head coach 2 years?
2.5 years in, yeah. So, and they're one of these teams. It is amazing. When you look at the list, right, we've made so much of the fact that we've got 10 teams that are looking for a head coach. When you look at the list, it is amazing that you've got the teams that we all just marvel over and what they've done, like Buffalo, like Pittsburgh, like Baltimore. And then you've got the teams that are seemingly there every other year. Cleveland, Arizona, the Raiders. Every single year they're looking for coaches. The Titans.
Miami.
Every couple of years they're looking for coaches. They are in the same boat. They are constantly doing this because they can't find the right guy. So this does not do anything for me on that front. Is there anything today on the Giant front, as the press conference is going on right now as we speak, that, when we'll play back some of the sound coming up from John Harbaugh in a little bit, that is going to change your mind in any way today? I can't imagine there will be.
I mean, today is the wedding, and the honeymoon is coming. But I want to know, what's the expectations year one? I mean, he goes into a similar situation. I think Schottenheimer is a much better coach than people thought he was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cowboys have money. They have draft equity. And they have the best quarterback in the division by far. So the Giants being better than the Cowboys, we know that the Cowboys have a better roster. When you go to the Philadelphia Eagles, what's understood don't have to be said. One of the best ran organizations. It's going to take a massive effort for them to be able, because wild card in the NFC, hard to come by. If you expect the Lions to be healthy, Green Bay, Chicago, then you go to the West, San Francisco, Seattle, the Rams. Now, who knows if Matthew Stafford wins, what that means as far as if he's going to retire or not. But if you don't win your division, it's no guarantee that you're going to get in the playoffs. And with Harbaugh coming here, how many wins is he worth? And what kind of effect can he have early on? We talked to Raanan, and we said that maybe it's a year before he may be able to get Shane out of here to be able to get this organization organized the way he wants to, as far as the structure and how they go about business.
See, Shane doesn't even enter my universe right now.
Well, this year, if they're working together with the draft and free agency, he's going to have to prove why. Because Shane did have a good draft last year. You can say whatever you want.
But Shane, listen, Shane can't pull the Dable card anymore of getting in somebody's ear and whispering about him and saying this guy's the problem and then separating yourself from him anymore.
So he
doesn't have a choice but to work with him.
But it's going to take at least a year, right, before he say, listen, I worked with Shane. I don't like this structure. I want to change it. And this is for him to get his guys in, for him to hire guys from Baltimore or bring in guys and change. Because remember, what did you say about Mara's brother?
Chris Mara, yeah. He's going to be more involved.
Right, but maybe Harbaugh's like, nah. But you got to let him try first because Harbaugh understands he has to get along to get along.
It's basically, I'll say what I have to say right now. I've got it in writing. I'll be Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky right now, but when it matters, I'm going to do what I want to do.
Right, we'll figure it out, and we'll work together until I realize that you're incompetent. He don't know if they're incompetent yet because they ain't made no decisions yet.
Yeah.
So it's going to take them at least a year, and that's usually what happens in most mergers, right? When we're at the Fan and they merge with, well, I don't know who they merged with, but they start firing people, right?
Yeah, Entercom and, yeah.
Right. When we got here, and they in this structure with ESPN and Good Karma, you start letting people go. So usually they can't do it immediately. Too big of a shock to the system. Too many moving parts. You got to get – so we'll see what happens and how he goes about business. But, Giants fan, what's the expectations year one? I mean, no, he's a great coach.
I don't know of a Giant fan right now that doesn't expect him to be a difference maker right away and doesn't expect the Giants to be at the very least, fighting for the playoffs next year. We've got a little bit of John Harbaugh and Joe Schoen coming in. This is fresh from the press conference, I assume, Ray, that I'm seeing pop up on our screen here. Here is John Harbaugh on the New York Football Giants, as it says.
It's a profound honor to be entrusted with the responsibility of coaching the New York Football Giants. And my dad taught me that they were the New York Football Giants. They were just the Giants of they were the New York Football Giants, right, Dad? All the way back. What an honor. What an exciting moment. Walk in here, and they say New York's a different kind of place, and I would say it's probably true, man. This is pretty amazing right here. This is incredible. And to see those players back there, see those guys smiling and ready to go to work, that gets me fired up, too. So to everybody, just thank you very much.
And then there's the John Harbaugh wanted the job, wants to become champions.
One of the most iconic franchises in all of sports. I wanted this job. I think I told you that, Mr. Mayor. I wanted this job. And to be on the biggest stage in the biggest sport. I know the challenges. I understand the expectations. I know the fans are hungry for a winner. We're here with one mission, to earn the right to be called the world champions in New York. And that's what we plan to do.
And then there's Joe Schoen on hiring Harbaugh.
When we set out, we were looking for a proven winner and an elite leader. We're fortunate we were able to find both. John Harbaugh's amassed 193 career victories. 13.
The rest of them are losers, either by choice or by birth.
Yeah. Let's start building some hurting bombs.
Now, listen, I mean, he's going to win the press conference. It's going to be a good day for the Giant fans, and they have an awful lot to feel good about, and I will be very intrigued by the offensive and defensive coordinator, particularly the defensive coordinator job here in the coming weeks, whether they're going to bring Zach Orr with them. What was the other name? There were a couple of other names that Jordan brought up earlier.
Somebody from Tennessee.
Denard Wilson.
Yeah, Denard Wilson.
Who used to be with the Ravens before he went to Tennessee to be the coordinator, that he was a possibility. I don't think it's going to be Wink. I don't think Wink is going to come back to the Giants and come back and be with Harbaugh again.
No.
But I will be very curious to see who that is. And I'm going to operate under an assumption that the offensive coordinator is going to be Todd Monken. And I'm very curious to see how that plays out with Jackson Dart. I really, the whole Dart situation, if Harbaugh has this much faith in him, that speaks volumes to me about what he thinks he can be.
Will he bring back Greg Roman? Get fired from one brother, come back to the other one?
It seems like he could bounce back and forth between the two of them.
But real talk, Jets, Giants, Greg Roman as your run game coordinator?
There's worse things you could do.
Now, passing has always not been his thing, but like run game coordinator, dude's a master.
And then there's this. Before we get back to the calls at 800-919-3776. What the hell's going on with the Knicks? This is falling apart. 2-9 in your last 11. I mean, this is really your first big adversity here for Mike Brown, and this is a major problem. I mean, that was a flat-out embarrassment yesterday when you got basically the eyes of the sporting world on you for a couple hours in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And you went out there and you just got your doors blown off by the Mavericks and looked terrible. So much so that you're down 30 before the half and the owner takes off and never comes back. That's a rough day. Bart,
on
they
the
cannot get
the
out of their
national
own way right now.
Yeah, and people going to always point to Cat, right? They're going to talk to his numbers. They're going to talk about him struggling, trying to find his way in the system. And you can't even put it on Jalen Brunson, especially when you look at the fact that Anthony Davis isn't even playing for Dallas. Like the fact that they were what? So now they're 2-11. They won 2 out of their last 11.
Yeah, 2-9 in their last 11.
So they had a little win in there in between, but this is concerning.
So you have gone from
now you're in third place too.
No, the Knicks have dropped 9 of 11. They were 23-9, and now they are 25-18. That's brutal. And right now they're sitting in the 3 spot. And you think, oh, no big deal. That's fine. You know what the difference is between 3 and 7? 2 games. You know what the difference is between 3 and 8? 3 games in the loss column. So this is getting away from you pretty quickly here.
We're going to see what Mike Brown's all about because remember how they said players don't have respect for Mike Brown and all that stuff. I forgot who that was. Was that the Up in Smoke podcast or something like that?
Yeah.
And, this is the first adversity. And we saw –
I think it was somebody on it. I don't remember if it was one of those 2 guys or not.
And we saw how it started off in Sacramento. It was all sunshine and roses. Then it went bad quickly. And he was out there in a year after getting them to the playoffs. So let's see if he can gather this group, calm them down, and get the train back on the tracks because it's no reason why they should be 3rd or 4th in the Eastern Conference with as much talent that they've amassed.
So now what will help is that you've got Brooklyn on Wednesday night, which, to be fair, the fact that Brooklyn has 12 wins, give them credit. I didn't expect them to have 12 wins at this point. And then you've got the Sixers this weekend. Like, it's a little chance. The Sixers are 23-18. They played better.
Off, though.
Yeah, they're playing hard. They're playing better. But at least on Wednesday, you have an opportunity to try to right the ship. But if you don't right the ship against Brooklyn,
they can be in 5th place quickly.
This is my point. We are not far off here from this getting away from them.
Then the panic is going to set in, even though you realize that it's a long season. But now you got to ask yourself, what are we doing as far as the trade deadline?
So here's what's coming up, all right? It's not bad. Brooklyn, at Philly, Sacramento at home, at Toronto, Portland.
Didn't they just lose to Sacramento?
Yeah.
Okay.
Out there. Got to sneeze.
Yeah, it's all good. They just lost to them. So, for me, they got to do a better job, man. Because this is a pivotal moment. And don't let Brooklyn mess around and play inspired because they taking the game a lot more seriously than you are.
Oh, I just saw the video on the YouTube feed of me sneezing. That's not pretty. Even with my hand covering up my face. That just looks like a war going on my face when there's a sneeze and my hand's trying to fight the whole thing off. Oof. Sorry.
It's all good, bro.
You're the one who has to look at it. Sorry about that.
I looked away.
800-919-3776. How about Frank in Newark next on ESPN New York? Hey, Frank.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. I wanted to touch up on the Jets point for a second on whether you would how much would be too much for Mendoza.
Yeah.
A while ago, didn't we always agree that if you have a strong conviction on that quarterback, you do whatever it takes to go and get him?
Yeah.
So isn't it if you now that's if you have a strong conviction. Now, if you get too cute and wait till next year, doesn't that kind of contradict what you're saying about?
Well, that's the thing. Well, first of all, you have to answer the question, and this is what's most intriguing to me. Do you have a strong conviction on Mendoza being a great quarterback in the league? Bart, here's what I would argue. Mendoza probably has the highest floor of any quarterback that we've seen in the last 5 years. Is that fair? Other than maybe Lawrence? Highest floor.
Lawrence, Herbert, and...
Herbert, okay.
Lawrence,
but even if you remember, there were questions about Herbert. A lot of people didn't love Herbert.
Remember, he went back to school, though.
Yeah, he did.
Because the Giants sucked for a duck, and they sucked, and he went back to school.
Right.
So, I don't
think Fernando Mendoza is going to come into the league and be god-awful.
Yeah, that's cool. And, is that enough for the Jets? Or is it better to get those dominant players? Like, they got opportunity with those first 2 picks to get players that we believe are closer to a gold jacket than he is.
But listen, I think the ceiling, the absolute ceiling, the guy he's been compared to as it being a ceiling is Matt Ryan.
Man, come on. If Matt Ryan was –
if he's Matt Ryan,
hold up,
they hit a home run.
Do you remember the buzz for Matt Ryan when he came out?
I'm saying yes. No, but there was much more buzz for Matt Ryan then.
Boston College, they're like, oh, my God. Now. Like, come on, because that was the Flacco draft.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
No, look, what I said was that was the high end of what he was being compared to.
Let me tell you something.
If he's Matt Ryan, of course you take him.
A lot of people, I should drive a Rolls-Royce Ghost.
I'm unfamiliar.
It was the 4-door, more sporty, not the Daddy Warbucks Rolls-Royce.
Right.
And every once in a while, somebody will pull up next to me and ask me, was that a Chrysler 300?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
And the Chrysler 300 looks like a Rolls-Royce until it's standing next to a Rolls-Royce. Mendoza may be a good football player, but he's the Chrysler 300. And Matt Ryan was a Rolls-Royce. So I don't know if I want to go give away all my draft equity for a guy that I don't think can carry my team. It's a big difference between a guy being good like Brock Purdy. It's a big difference between a guy like Josh Allen that can carry a franchise. I'm not giving up 3 first-round draft picks for a guy that I don't feel can carry my franchise because I need those 3 draft picks to be able to get one. Now, maybe next year Dante Moore shows that he shows you, because we believe that he's more talented than Mendoza. He just lacked the experience to be ready to play day 1, day 2.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
I'm looking at the Rolls-Royce Ghost. Okay. Looks like it starts at $355,000, and it goes up to about $600,000.
They don't even make it anymore.
Right. They stopped making it in 2025.
Yeah.
If you're going to spend $330,000 or $355,000 on a car, why would you go on the empty version of it? You know, the stripped down version of it.
No.
Why not just spend the $450K and
that's how
get the tricked out version?
That's how it works.
Like, it's one thing. You're not buying a Toyota Corolla.
Nobody.
You know what I mean?
Bro, nobody's getting a basic.
I don't need an AM radio only.
Nobody's getting
power windows.
No, nobody.
Can you imagine that on the Rolls Royce? Yeah, I got a Rolls Royce Ghost, no power windows.
Yeah, nobody. They have to have a starting price, and then you end up probably with $75,000 worth of options.
Yes, the extended wheelbase, the black badge versions. Those go up to about $400,000 or $500,000.
The entertainment systems and the headrests.
Here's my point. I would not want to spend $355,000 on a Rolls Royce and have somebody make fun of me for it being the base model.
Right. Like, bro,
you cheaped out.
You ain't even got the window shades.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay that fits the moment. Hey, the Patriots are traveling to Denver, and the Rams are traveling to Seattle. What's your feel? Then apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Caught with a gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Show your team spirit and save big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering buy one, get one 50% off and every day 0% financing. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends January 31st, 2026.
Tuesday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. What is wrong with the Knicks, and can it be solved with the roster they have?
I believe in everybody in that locker room. You know, you can ask them, but I feel they believe in each other too. You know, we're going through it. We got to figure out how to get out of it.
I mean, as a team, we know what we have to do. We do it, we care enough to do it, or we don't.
In reaction to John Harbaugh's introductory press conference, Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Let's hear a little bit more from John Harbaugh. My voice just cracked like Peter Brady there for a second. Oh, my God. A little bit more from John Harbaugh. He, of course, apparently, just a little bit ago, where he is being introduced right now as the Giants head coach, on how he plans to build the team.
Our focus is simple. It starts with building a team that is physical and tough, that's capable of overwhelming their opponent from beginning to end, and especially at the end, that understands how to finish, that is smart and disciplined, that plays the game the way it should be played, and that everybody watching it, including those playing it, will be proud of.
How do you build a winning culture? And more importantly,
Finish?
how long does it take?
The second part's impossible to say, but I'm planning on day one. So that's what we'll be shooting for. That's what we'll be working for and fully expect it to happen. You build anything together. You build it from the inside out. It's going to be a reflection. Culture is kind of a crazy word. What does it really mean? It's a worldview. It's a shared understanding. It's a vision. It's everybody being on the same page. It's talking the same language, all these kind of things, same values, same type of beliefs, right? Okay, that's like a social studies class maybe we're talking here. So what is it in football? It's a bunch of guys that see the game the same way. It's a bunch of guys that want to play the game together the same way. It's a relentless brotherhood, having each other's back, being unwilling to give up because that guy next to you is unwilling to give up. All these things that these guys believe in. We'll decide what the culture looks like together every single day by what we do together, all right? And that's how you build it together.
I just wondered, can we text Raanan and say, hey, if you'd have waited a week, would you have taken a Buffalo job?
Exactly. Do you feel like you made this decision a little too soon?
His agent was like, fish paste! Damn it! I knew it! Trevor Lawrence, I hate you!
Couple more here. How much did Jackson Dart factor into taking the job?
Well, it's a great question because, the quarterback's kind of important. That's kind of a big deal. I'm excited about Jackson Dart. I've seen your backup quarterback, too, Jameis, up close and personal 2 years ago. So I saw him complete a bunch of passes. Yeah, I know. There you go. I saw you. Oh, my. Remember that game, right? It's a great game for you. So it starts with the quarterback for sure. The quarterback, you build your team around your quarterback. You build your team around your players and what they do well. I like the way he plays. I like his talent, skill set, all the things he's accomplished. But more than that, I like who he is and what he's about. And to me, he's about football. This young guy loves football. He wants to talk football all the time. And that's kind of what I like doing too. So I think we're going to have a lot of great conversations. And I can't wait to get started with him.
Yeah, there's Jameis in the back. Jameis, was there because obviously he's talking like that.
Yeah, James probably was reporting.
Jameis, listen, Jameis knows what he's doing now.
He's going to go take everybody's job.
Exactly. He was on the Kelsey's podcast.
Yep.
Like Jameis, the backup quarterback who was a flop as the number 1 overall pick 12 years ago, is on the Kelsey's podcast.
Media darling.
Yeah, a week after Taylor Swift.
He's like, oh, Matt Ryan's not here? Okay, yeah, I'll tell you. CBS, I'll be there in a second.
All right, one or two more. Here's Harbaugh and Joe Schoen.
No question, Mike. Probably the conversations themselves is what led me to believe there would be great collaboration. Obviously, you get to know Joe, and we start talking ball, and you see he's a football man. This guy lives and breathes football. His knowledge is deep. He knows the league. He knows the coaches in the league. He knows the players in the league. Probably knows all the scouts in the league, too, I'll bet. He was impressive to me, and it was just really a joy to talk football and really dig into some of the plans that we might have going forward, see what we can build here. So I was impressed, very impressed.
Which is why I fought so hard to have the final decision, because I was so impressed.
Which I had no problem fighting against having this clown not in front of me when it comes to getting to the owner.
Because I was so impressed that he knows.
I shouldn't say clown. That's mean. I'm a little too loose with the language lately. I don't know what's going on there. Might be the crankiness of the gray skies.
Well, you need the sneakers. You're not yourself when you're hungry.
That's true. I am hungry right now. Hungry. Oh my God. And one last one. What do you expect your relationship with Joe to be?
Yeah, I expect it to be phenomenally great. I think it's going to be incredible. I really do. I already know because we've had a chance to start talking to each other. But you work with new people all the time. But, Joe's been around the National Football League for years and years. He's got a tremendous amount of experience. I'm going to be leaning on him, and he's going to be leaning on me. We're going to be leaning on everybody around us, right? And it's not just us. It's a whole organization. We're going up the chain. We've got incredible experience all the way up to the very top here, all right, in different areas. And John Mara, nobody knows more about this league, right? So we'll be working, whatever it might be. It's X's and O's, it's strategic planning, it's the draft, it's free agency, it's contracts, people all through the building that are just incredibly talented people. So the idea is let's work together. Let's work together every single day and let's build something great.
And meanwhile, we're going to move Joe's office over to the Meadowlands racetrack.
Exactly. Better make sure you got enough space. We got to knock your wall down to expand my office.
We got enough room over there at the old Brendan Byrne Arena.
As a matter of fact, just go to American Dream, man. You're okay.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish. What's wrong with me that, like, when you say that, I just had an image of a sad Joe Schoen sitting at a laptop at the Starbucks in American Dream Mall
or at the
for the free Wi-Fi.
No, you can go to the Mr. Beast shop.
I'm such a jerk. Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. 7 o'clock, St. John's Red Storm hosting Seton Hall at the Garden. Coverage begins 6:40 on 10:50 a.m. 10 o'clock tonight, Rangers in L.A. to play the Kings. Coverage beginning at 9:30 right here on ESPN New York. And the Devils, 10 o'clock tonight in Edmonton to play the Oilers. What do you think Don does during the daytime in Edmonton besides the show?
Well, it's probably cold as hell.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if he got the onesie snowsuit. What if he got that on? Zip up from up the side of the calf.
Little hood with the little fur on the outside. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. You have the last word. ESPN New York at 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN, and over on the ESPN New York YouTube page. All you the rest of the way until K at 1 on ESPN New York.
St. John's goes for 5 in a row against Big East rival Seton Hall at MSG. Coverage begins tonight at 6:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball, and the action starts on Wednesday at Crompton Ale House with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nets, Crompton Ale House is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m., and Team ESPN will be giving away ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans on Wednesday at 159 West 26th Street. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Crompton Ale House.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm, from the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too. Someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino, law, bite back.
Hey, hockey fans. Now with BetMGM, you can win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets when your anytime goal scorer nets 3. Enter BetMGM's Hat Trick Jackpot all season long for your chance to win some major bonus bets. It's easy. Just log in and opt into the promotion. Then make an anytime scorer bet on any hockey game of at least $10. If your player of choice scores 3 goals instead of just 1, you'll win your share of the $10K in bonus bets. There's nothing quite like watching a game with a hat trick, especially when it means you could win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards or bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Empower.
After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he could be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at Empower.com.
Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your six figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, we've seen it all, and we're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box. Get started at hrblock.com.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
You know she's got to be feeling good. Tessa, Wes Caldwell, with her new coach, getting introduced today. It's a great day for you, Tessa. We heard you from you last week, but now it's all done and official. How you feeling?
I feel so good. Like, I feel like he's more than a new coach. Like, he's my superhero. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready to get the poster of him, and I'm ready to add it to my Giants Hall of Fame wall. Like, I'm so excited. I'm elated. And it's just like the way he handled himself, we knew that's what he was going to do. But I'm going to be honest with you, Bart, I just had a quick question because it's like Kayvon Thibodeau, like his comments that he's going kind of back and forth with, like, Carl, I just don't understand, like, is he trying to bring negative attention? Do he feel the heat that, like, nobody really wants you here anymore? Like, come on, stop. If somebody was calling around the league asking about this man, as they should, it's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. Like, I just feel like Kayvon is getting a little bit negative, and I think, like, he needs to knock it off. So I wanted to know your opinion about that, Bart. But also, I just wanted to say, like, this is the first offseason in 1,000 years, I feel like, that I am so excited and just so optimistic, looking forward to the future, looking forward to going to training camp, looking forward to just watching them work because of what we have now. We finally have that head, that piece that we needed, that final chess piece that we needed that I feel like will put things together, guys. I'm not getting crazy next season, but I do feel like with all the pieces that we have and hopefully everybody coming back healthy, we could definitely be up there. We up. That's all I'm saying. We up now. You know, our trajectory is going up. So the excitement that I have right now, it just feels so good as a Giants fan because I was on life support, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us was too. I was coming back alive each season, but I was like baby dead inside by the end of the season. So I just feel like now I just got a new hope in my fandom, and I'm just like so excited. Like, so, but Bart, what do you think about the Kayvon comments?
I didn't hear Kayvon's comment. What was it again?
Oh, okay. So basically, Carl Banks was saying that a lot of players, you know, a lot of the Giants players was calling around asking about Harbaugh's, like his Harbaugh's way, how he is, how he coaches, what to expect. Yeah. And he was saying you shouldn't even do that. Just do what you have to do off the field during the offseason, which is work hard, do what you're supposed to do. Kayvon clapped back and said, like, we've already been doing that. Our work ethic was never the problem, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's clapping back at Carl, like, telling him, Carl, like, be quiet. I mean, what are you doing? Like, you see what I'm saying, Kayvon? Like,
hey, listen, I think Kayvon's getting traded before the season starts.
For what? I mean,
maybe he gets traded around the draft.
He's more valuable to you as a player, right? Because you talk about this toughness and, you know, the production you need from a sacking standpoint. You know, Carter, maybe Carter matures more, but you still need pass rushers in this league, especially you have to go against Dak Prescott, you got to go against Jalen Hurts, so and Jayden Daniels. So you need as many pass rushers as you want. Now, maybe it's best to trade him during the trade deadline, but I don't know. What do you get for Kayvon Thibodeau? You're not going to get much for him if you try and trade him right now.
Listen, I think as you lead up to the draft,
What, a fourth?
Can you do better?
A fourth and a third?
I think you got to do better than a fourth.
I mean, you got to take his salary, and he's on a 1-year deal. What is the team going to say? Like, we only got him for 1 year.
Couldn't get he's a pass rusher. Couldn't get a third for him.
You don't want him?
But I don't want him because I invested so heavily in pass rusher outside of him as well.
Yeah, but you need 3. You can't just have 2. One of them get hurt all the time.
Who, Okereke?
Well,
I mean, he's not a strict pass rusher.
No, not Okereke. I'm talking.
You're talking about Abdul Carter, Brian Burns.
Right. What I'm saying is people get hurt all the time. Look at Jermaine Johnson being hurt. Like, your number 2, Joey Bosa gets hurt.
Not Okereke. I mean, listen.
Yeah, Joey Bosa get hurt. I mean, Nick Bosa got hurt. Like, so when you do that, then teams can just slide to you. You need multiple pass rushers. And he's a guy that once got 10 sacks. And who knows, in this scheme, maybe he can ball out in whatever scheme he comes in at. What I'm saying is I hold on to him. I'm not in
That's not why I'm trading him, because of the comment. But the comment's annoying, and Kayvon, listen, he hasn't done himself any favors over the years here.
You have a maturity problem. He thought he was going to come in. He thought he was LT. He was going to come in. We thought he was going to wreck shop. The reason why you had to go get Carter because he wasn't the truth, because you got Burns on the other side. So you've had to invest in the same position twice. So, yeah, we all know that he's probably out of here, but I don't know if I trade him in the offseason because I'm not going to get enough for him.
How about Roy in Patterson? Roy's been very patient. He's next on ESPN New York. Roy, what's up, buddy?
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon, guys. I wanted to go over something with you real quickly. I think we got only 6 head coach openings, if I'm not mistaken now. And as I spoke with you guys many times, the Rooney Rule doesn't work. I want to know if you think it might be good to increase the number from 2 candidates to 3. And I wanted to get whether or not you guys are going to go ahead and have are we going to get any head coaching candidates of African American descent?
Well, Robert Saleh counts, right? I mean, he's a minority.
No, he does not.
Oh, you just talk about
he's
straight
African American.
I mean, so
I'm talking straight African American.
If they hire Anthony Weaver, he's Samoan and something else. So like, how many candidates are even out there?
I mean, Brian Flores is right in there.
That's one person.
But we've got a couple others, I think. But my biggest problem with all of it is until you truly go into it with an open mind as an owner.
Yeah.
And I hate to cite it, Pittsburgh had no interest or no designs on hiring Mike Tomlin.
Mm-hmm.
And he went in and blew them away. Like, your mind can't be made up going into these things. It can't be about we just have to satisfy the rule. It has to be, no, we're giving legitimate interviews and we're honestly considering people for the job and then hiring the best person from there. I know how naive I sound right now when I say that, but until that's the case, I don't know if there's ever a number that's ever going to be great. Like, I remember, Bart, a couple of years ago with the whole draft pick thing about hiring assistants and such. I had Herm Edwards on, who was just like, what are we doing? Like, is it this hard to hire minorities for positions? Or is it that hard to find qualified minorities? The answer is no.
I mean, how many?
Not in the NFL. It's not. Come on.
But how many of them are truly out there, right? How many people, like D'Amico Ryan got hired. We thought that he was qualified and he was ready for it. How many going into the offseason before we knew how many job openings were going to be opening? How many people did we identify that were African Americans that probably should be hired? Now, Brian Flores, it's hard to defend Brian Flores if he doesn't get hired because of the lawsuit, right? So, like, maybe that's what's holding him up from being hired as he's going to interview for Pittsburgh, oddly enough, who a black African American just left. But I don't know how Robert Saleh doesn't count. Saleh's not only a minority, he's a Muslim. So that's a whole nother thing, right? So, like, he got hired quickly. He earned the right to get another opportunity. But outside of that, Eric Bieniemy wasn't getting hired. He was a running backs coach. He got promoted to
Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, Mike McDaniel. Are you going to say that he counts?
I believe he's.
I know he's black or had some black in him until like he Flores got fired and it was like maybe go get sued. Like, hey, you know what? I got 2%. Like, he started wearing his hair out, started wearing off-whites. Like, hold up, man.
Bart has just said something that Chris can't comment on. While humorous, Chris values his career too much.
I'm saying, you noticed when he went to Miami how urban he started dressing? I had never saw this man in no off-whites, no Virgil specials. All of a sudden, start wearing his hair non-white. When it got some Yeezys, some Yays.
Bart has just said something that Chris can't comment on. While humorous, Chris values his career too much.
Mike Medallion don't count, man. I mean, solid count more than Mike Medallion.
Michael Kay will address more of that in moments at the top of the show.
Mike, why ain't no black people ain't get hired? But they get hired as general managers, though. We got an uptick there, but I don't know who would be available.
That was my full response to it.
I can't think of a candidate.
Well, Michael Kay will answer that question in just moments. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
Show your team's spirit and save big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500